This is an ad for a project management tool called...
Well, here we are back on the hot, muggy street of New York.
Starting right now.
Sound was the weapon, all right?
What could it have been?
I don't know, but let's get out of here.
Je veux que tu saches.
Réponds, dis-moi que ça va.
What'll I do?
major run. Maraschino cherries, major run. No one had a run like Grimes. No one.
reach for you, honey. You reach for me. For you, honey. With for me. Me.
Everybody, how you doing? This is the Used Guys podcast. I got Jonathan Bruce right here. We got Reed Ramses. I'm Sean Megas. Join us for the next couple of hours. We're going to be talking about Comic-Con and all the new trailers. Shazam, Walking Dead, Titans from DC, James Gunn being fired, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we might even end it with T.O.
Oh, T.O. you say?
T.O.
T.O. is back in the spotlight.
All right. So, Comic-Con, a lot of big trailers coming out this week. Aquaman trailer is a big one of those. What do you got to say about the Aquaman trailer, Bruce?
I don't trust it, man. I don't really trust anything DC does. Number one, but number two, not really sure how I feel about a crab versus shark war.
We all know who won that.
Way
The crabs.
The crabs.
Yes, the
There's
crabs.
more of them.
They got shark.
And you know that sharks can't breathe unless they're moving.
Absolutely true. That's why you never see a shark just posted up on the block.
Yeah.
Always on the move.
They have to move.
Right. Okay.
We're not gonna get into the semantics of that. Continue.
It honestly just looks really dumb to me. It looks super dumb, especially the gladiator scene I was mentioning, where like there's all these people watching. Just like
It's childish. It's like
stupid.
it reminds me of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone when he controls a fucking snake.
I'll look at
And it's
Amber.
cute.
I will look at Amber Heard though.
Who is that? The
Never
redhead?
Right.
The redhead?
Johnny Depp's
Yeah.
ex-wife.
I'm not happy about that either. Like, they had one female lead in the movie, and they gave it to a
What the
ginger.
fuck are you saying about Ginge?
Sorry, gingers.
They give it to a Gingy.
Whoa, you haven't seen a successful ginger before?
Yeah, his name was Carrot Top. Am I right?
There's been successful gingers
That was really
before.
what though.
His name was
It depends on
Jeffrey Dahmer.
on
You
the
know?
shades.
Does anyone know Prince Henry? Successful as fuck.
No.
Self-made man.
It depends on the shade of bread.
This shade's perfect right here.
Yeah, it's good. I gotta say, it looks like somebody punched this frame. Like, it's not really broke. Just gotta say, it does.
It's the reflection of the
Oh,
umbrella.
that's what it is. It's a reflection of the
lighting.
umbrella. It's not a broken piece of glass, everybody. We're figuring out lighting as we go.
Hey, what's up, chat? What's going on? I see Eddie in here.
We in the
I see
live
Eddie
chat.
in here.
Eddie boy.
Oh, our subscriber. Big money over there.
Yeah, Eddie, why don't you subscribe?
Eddie doesn't
longer?
like Aquaman.
Let's get a 24-month sub in here.
This is one guy who is not a fan of Aquaman, Eddie Jerky.
He said LOL. Let me zoom this up for me. Or for you.
Anyways,
He said,
another
Oh, he just said hi. I thought he said LOL. My eyes deceive me.
another thing, honestly, another trailer I find interesting, intriguing. Shazam, a DC.
Do you want to watch these trailers, or do you want to just talk?
Yeah,
about
you know
it?
what?
I haven't
Let's-
seen all of them.
If we can, which one have you not seen?
I've seen
Shazam.
Aquaman. I haven't seen Glass trailer. I haven't seen Shazam
Let's watch Glass,
You know,
and then we'll
Glass.
talk about it. Glass is something I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
It's the final one in the trilogy that we didn't know was going to be a trilogy. I honestly,
wait, what's the trilogy?
So Unbreakable was the first one,
Unbreakable was the first one.
with Bruce Willis.
Split was the second one.
Split was the second one, and then now they're gonna finish it off with all of them, and it actually looks pretty tight. The reason I like this shit though is because it's like this real life, like Split to me was hella better than Unbreakable.
What?
Yeah.
No way. It wasn't.
Ah, dude, I think what's his name did such a great performance in
You
Split.
think Split was better? That I'm not talking about performance. but
Have you
just like
watched
the
both
movie.
of them again recently?
Yes.
Well, I have too, and I watching it, I just thought, man, this dude
But like
performance.
as a movie though.
Yeah.
You think holistically Split is a better movie
Okay.
than Unbreakable?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a good opinion, man.
Because it has better acting.
That's
What do you mean it's not a good opinion?
It's not a good
Oh,
opinion.
wait
It's an
a minute.
opinion. What's an opinion?
There's good opinions. There's bad
No, there's an
opinions.
opinion.
Xfinity
right?
presents the
Okay,
meme
well,
steam.
You're a fucking
that's
asshole.
not really a good opinion.
I
I
think
forgot
it's
I
not.
don't have
You
speakers.
sound like a, you sound like a liberal cunt.
Have you seen We're gonna have to watch it on here. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. It's a great movie. I'm saying I like both of them a lot. I liked Split because I liked what's his name, James McAvoy. What's his name?
Yeah.
I love his performance, dude. Like hands down, as far
It's
as
amazing
his
to
acting
meet
goes
you.
and that was amazing. Let's watch.
It is
let's watch the
simply
trailer.
extraordinary.
Let's go ahead and pull up the Glass trailer real quick.
Maybe this will all make sense if I explain who I am.
Yes, the one on the left.
My name is Dr. Ellie Staple, and I'm a psychiatrist. My work concerns a particular type of delusion of grandeur. It's a growing field. I specialize in those individuals who believe they are superheroes.
All three of them in the psychiatric ward.
How?
Yes.
That's another question. Is how because
Good for you.
What is Bruce Willis? We get the other two, but Bruce Willis.
The three of
wasn't
you've
even young.
convinced yourselves you have extraordinary
Let's
gifts
watch
like
it.
something out of a comic book. David Dunn, the only person to survive that train wreck all those years ago. What do?
I'm in security.
You think you have superpowers.
It's a feeling. Vision.
There's actually.
I have to touch them.
You believe you are a protector.
Well, in Unbreakable,
My name is Patricia.
I have no question there are 24 identities
I'm Mary Reynolds. Por favor, señora. We almost got you, bro.
that live in that body with you.
The beast is coming any minute now for you guys.
But what I am questioning is your belief that you are something more than human.
He gets creepy.
And
when
yet,
his skin changes.
it is true.
In the end,
My bones break easily. I've had 94 breaks in my life.
But you have an extraordinary IQ.
This is not a cartoon. This is the real world.
No way.
And yet, some of us still don't die with bullets. Some of us can still bend steel. I've been waiting for the world to see that we exist. May I meet the beast? I hope for your sake that he likes you. That sounds like the bad guys teaming up. A lot of people are going to die. Don't do this. Are you ready? What do we call you, sir? First name, Mr. Last name,
yeah, that scene.
Glass.
What I'm excited about is, dude, I love it. I love the fact that it's like this idea of like superheroes actually existing, and it's really like just some kind of.
It lags.
It's just some kind of like weird fucking twist.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
No.
Is Shazam the sequel to the Shazam movie?
No, it isn't. But anyway, so yeah, the Glass is gonna be cool. So Glass in Unbreakable is this guy. He has a disease, and where his bones break up. His bones break.
Okay.
All right, like super easily all the time. And his mom bought him a comic book when he was a child, and he becomes like this guy who's like he believes that there's people who are superhuman, and so he's searching for them. And I'm just gonna completely ruin a movie for you because it came out like more than 20 years ago. So
The reason
it's on you at this point.
We're talking about Shazam?
Yeah,
No.
I was trying to fix this.
We're
I'm
talking
doing
about-
like two things at once constantly.
We're talking about the same thing. So
Okay.
Unbreakable, the reason Samuel Jackson feels like there must be a superhuman is because he breaks every bone in his body so easily, right? And so he said, if I'm so breakable, there must be someone who can't be hurt at all. So what he does is he commits a bunch of terrorist acts to try to figure out, is there someone who can survive these terrorist acts?
Right, and again, this is an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie, so you have no idea.
Yeah.
But why terrorist? That what?
Well, you have no idea that that's going on. This whole time you're just meeting him, and you're like, this guy's some crazy dude who's obsessed with strong people because they're fucking, because he's breakable. But
so breakable meaning his bones are like glass, like
literally like glass.
He just fucking.
So in the trailer we were talking through it, but he said like, oh, I've had 94 breaks in his life. Like he's had hella breaks throughout his whole life. Like if
That's Bruce Willis.
This is Samuel Jackson.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Samuel Jackson is constantly fragile. Calls himself
That's why he's
Mr.
in the
Glass.
chair.
He's brilliant.
But he's brilliant.
Right.
He's brilliant.
So he's like a Dr. X sort of figure
Kinda.
in a way.
Yeah.
And so in this movie, it looks like
He's just in a wheelchair.
So originally, what I heard before I saw the trailer, so this is like when Split finished, was that there was going to be somebody, and they went to the prison to find Mr. Glass and use him for help to help find the find out how to stop these heroes, like for advice. Right. But now we just saw a trailer where they're all sitting together, so we're wondering like, what the fuck? But this is also again an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie that could have been after everything happened.
Oh, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna predict it now. I'm gonna predict it now.
Or that girl. I was already thinking like maybe that chick has something to do with it too. But go ahead. What's your prediction, Bruce?
My prediction right now, it's outlandish, but I don't put it above Shyamalan Ding Dong because I believe that at the end of the movie we're gonna figure out that they are all insane.
And that they're just in a mental.
I don't think that's a reach
hospital.
at all. I think that
would be an M. Night Shyamalan thing.
And that'd be cool. I'd be cool with that.
Because if you think about it, M. Night Shyamalan is anticlimactic. In like one of the worst examples, The Village. You're like, oh, this is gonna be some crazy fucking thing, but it's just a fake.
I'm glad.
And they're just like, what the fuck?
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna say The Village was that movie. Yeah, you watch that Village and you're like, damn, this movie's sick. And then you're like, are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, there's a fence, and they're just from Pennsylvania.
I was so disappointed.
This whole time it was modern day, and they're living in Pennsylvania.
Like, there are some rules to surprises. And I don't think like you get an audience to come into a theater thinking it's going to be this fairy tale that's going to be like really dark and twisted and kind of scary. And then there's a cop named John Smith who takes them to the patrol office to get some medicine.
And then boom.
It's so dumb.
It really was. It was the beginning of the end.
But anyways, this one is dope though. So Bruce Willis's powers is if he bumps into someone or touches someone, he can see what they've done, and so he can see when people have done really bad things. So the cool concept behind Unbreakable, that why so many people were like it needs a sequel, is because it made a superhero really realistic. He doesn't put on an outfit. He just puts on a raincoat, and basically the climax of the movie is he bumps into someone and he sees that this person has recently basically held a family hostage for like twisted reasons, right? And just taking over their households. And so the climax of the movie is he becomes like the hero that his son wants him to be because his son slowly figures out that he can't be broken, right? And that he's hella strong. So then he decides at the end, all right, I'll be that dude. And he goes into that house and he just fucks up the guy. And that's the movie. And it's just really cool because it's just a residential superhero. You know what I mean? And it was really well made, really well done. Split is, you know, this dude has like hella different personality types, which is why James McAvoy killed the acting, is because he just goes in and out of different
plays
personalities.
like a bunch of characters,
and then he says one of them is like this powerful demon, and like you never really know. That's the Crawley guy.
They call it the Beast.
Yeah, they call it the Beast, right? And like you never really know if it actually exists. And at the end, like he's crawling on the ceiling and walls.
Is Sarah Paulson in Split?
No.
Okay, she's only in Glass. Is she in Unbreakable?
No,
Okay,
so
that's
this
just
is
a
her
Glass,
first.
right?
Yeah,
It's
so
okay.
she's. I mean, we think she's a psychologist, right? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
You know, Spider-Man though was a little bit weird at the end of Split. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that. The third one.
What?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
I knew you was into the Spideyverse.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what is into the Spideyverse, by the way?
What is into it?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
because there's a new Spider-Man movie. There's
Oh,
Spider-Man up in whatever that one is.
Far From Home.
Far From Home, and then there's in the Spidey. But what is that? The
Well,
same?
it's basically, you know, what
Is that
comics do all the time, which is they create something to where they can now create a whole different story with this hero,
like a subunit.
Right.
Same universe, different story.
This one is the movie you're talking about, the animated movie with Miles Morales.
Oh, it's animated. I just
Yeah,
seen
so there's a movie
the
with
cover when we went to
animated.
it.
It's I think it's a black kid from the Bronx.
Oh yeah, Miles Morales.
Yeah, like he's from New York or something, from the East. And then in this universe, Spider-Man gets passed on. So Spider-Man passes on the torch to someone else, finds somebody else, and passes on the torch, and it gets tossed to this kid. And that movie actually looks really good.
Okay.
Excuse me, it looks really good.
No, it does good. Yeah.
But change the subjects. I wanted to tackle today to Reed Ramsey's over here about Walking Dead.
Aquaman, Glass. Okay. Do we want to talk about this, or do we want to talk about
yeah, we got that
Ant-Man stuff, or are we talking about Ant-Man at the end?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, Walking Dead, the new trailer is out. It looks really good. I think it's going to be more interesting than Season 8. Season 8 was just a lot of Jeffrey Dean Morgan fucking people up, fucking killing people randomly, or just
say fucking people. That's the guy from from Grey's Anatomy, right?
Yeah, he's from Grey's Anatomy. Negan, comes in, wreck shit, but. What the Season 8 really gets at is that Negan and Rick are basically the same people at the end of the day. Rick is just dressed up as a benevolent sort of actor, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan is sort of the bad guy. And it got really boring, but this is like the most exciting part of the comics, is the all-out war. And in the comic books, Rick's right hand gets cut off with a machete in one of the beginning scenes in the graphic novel. So in the graphic novel, you see Rick reloading his pistol with just a nub, but they couldn't do it in the TV show because that would just be awkward. Because in the graphic novels, you'll have a big lapse of time from one edition to the next, so you don't see the scenes like Rick reloading his gun or doing day-to-day tasks. So for the show, they didn't do that. But I remember the scene distinctly. There's a bunch of zombies around an RV, and they're fighting inside of the RV itself. And then Negan has the axe and looks like he's gonna cut him, but he fucking doesn't. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think that Season 8 will be, or Season 9 will be sort of a heartbreaker because Rick Grimes is leaving.
And that is
Andrew Lincoln is leaving the show.
Who are these?
And Daryl Reedus is going to be taking over. So Daryl Reedus is fucking Daryl. Norman Reedus is Daryl.
With the bow?
With the bow. With
the from fucking Boondock Saints?
Yeah, from Boondock Saints. He is allegedly going to be taking over the lead position. But then you have what's her name? Cohen. You have Maggie, who is also the leader of a certain outpost. So basically what this looks like is there's 5 different towns, right? There's the hilltop, there's the sanctuary, there's the beach people, and then there's a helicopter. And the posters, you see the White House in the background. So I think there's going to be a helicopter that travels between state lines. So they're expanding, and the big question is, how do they control all these people, and how do you discipline them and keep them together? Because Season 9 is just going to be a bunch of infighting between all the groups. And Rick wanted to kill Negan.
Rick is
so
that
he
guy who's been alive
bring
since
him
Season
together.
1, the main character?
Yeah, he's the only one remaining. Carl, I won't spoil it.
Oh yeah,
for
I'm
you.
not a.
Are you?
I haven't watched Walking Dead, but yeah, go ahead. You can spoil anything.
I
Fuck you. Plug your ears or quit the show.
What do you got to run here?
Well, Chandler Riggs was not kicked off the show, but Carl dies. Carl is helping this other dude in the forest because this dude has he has a special task to kill the zombies to help people out of religious purposes from his mom. Carl goes to help him. Carl gets bit, and then during one of the final episodes of season 9, Negan is bombarding their township with a bunch of fucking rocket launchers, and then we find out Carl got bit on the stomach, and he actually kills himself. Like he kills his mom in the prison, Carl kills himself.
I was just looking at Bruce's face. That's always a crack up.
Yeah, but then
something like that, like a.
Okay. You touch the mic again, you're off the show.
All right, we're fine.
You do ruin things because if you haven't watched it,
What?
look, you missed the production meeting. Maybe next time show up on time, okay? Anyways,
but it's gonna be good. Basically, it's gonna be them fighting against each other, and mainly mutiny against Rick. And I think the mutiny against Rick is gonna inevitably either cause Rick to just fucking toss it in and go away, or there's gonna be a war and he's gonna die.
I agree.
Because I don't know how they could get Andrew Lincoln off the show. One of the people from the main Walking Dead already went to the other side of the Fear the Walking Dead, which was a weird crossover.
That was a weird crossover.
They did do that?
Morgan, do you know who that is?
Which one's Morgan?
Morgan's the dude with the staff. He's also one of the only people from the first season. Morgan appeared in episode 1.
So wait, Fear the Walking Dead is what's the timeline here?
So the timeline is exactly the same, except Fear the Walking Dead starts in Southern California and Los Angeles, and it starts when the actual virus starts. So people are still going to school, people are in society. Yeah. She literally goes to her high school, and the principal turns and then starts attacking her, and then martial law happens, the military comes.
Because when the show happened, Rick woke up, and that shit's been going on.
The first few episodes of Fear Walking Dead are dope because of that, but then it just...
It does this because it tries to do a lot of what The Walking Dead does. It does it too fast. Walking Dead is good at being slow and meticulous. Yeah. Fear the Walking Dead was like that in the beginning. Like when Rick was asleep, imagine all that timeline is the beginning of Fear the Walking Dead versus
the first,
a skip.
4 episodes of Fear Walking Dead are definitely worth watching. And you can stop it at that point.
Yeah.
But the first 3 episodes are for sure.
Yeah, and then it just starts kind of getting out of hand, and then they try to cross the Mexican border. They take a boat to Mexico, and they do.
Once they get on the boat, that's when it lost me.
And then they just start just ridiculous fight sequences. Yeah. That are I don't know, less convincing than Walking Dead, which I feel like Rick has a police background, and a lot of those people I don't know. Yeah. The original did it better, but I still like watching it because I like The Walking Dead.
It's a committed fan right here. This is what it looks like. Reed Ramsey.
Reed Ramsey is the realest Walking Dead fan, or how shall we say, the Walking Dead fan of the used guys.
Yeah, you see that? He was doing comparisons between the graphic novels, between The Walking Dead, The Fear Walking Dead. He's the comprehensive encyclopedia source.
It's so fucking stupid that they departed from the comic or the graphic novel so much, but at the same time, it would have made it a lot more predictable.
What? Oh,
if they were to follow it a little bit more, because they kill some people in the show. That
Well, that's hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that, man. You get the taco monster.
Okay, Butter 911. Thank you for the follow.
We're gonna work on a soundboard and get something a little bit better than a taco. And woo woos.
I don't know what the YouTube alerts look like because I don't know if we get alerts on YouTube.
Yeah, we told you last week we were gonna be on YouTube Live. We fucking lied.
The YouTube gives us metadata collection on your personal life.
Yes, so we're working on that. We've contacted them. We've contacted the Supreme Court. We're talking to Congress. I've talked to Trump on Twitter a couple of times.
Good guy, solid guy, good haircut.
Great skin. Great skin on the man.
Great skin.
I mean, the amount of carrots he must be eating
to keep up that melanin, that
is
fucking
ridiculous.
Orange tint, on point.
But that is a common criticism. Alright, so when I was talking to one of our friends, Jeff Tony, about Infinity War, he was like, "No, it was all right." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "It was really Infinity Gauntlet. It wasn't Infinity War." And I was just like, "Well, number one, I hell agree with the Russo brothers. And basically, the Russo brothers said that we're not in the business of mimicking stories, so you know exactly what's going to happen. We're in the business of making a movie that has thrills, surprises, and to do that, we have to deviate from the graphic novels, from the comic books, right? There has to be a deviation.
Screenplays is different.
And
from
so
just writing a
the fact
book.
that like Jeff
Come on,
Springs-
Jeff Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Jeff Tony.
Come up with a last name, not even a better one.
Yeah, seriously.
Just a last name.
Choose one of them. There's a lot out there.
You can hit that.
It tastes like
but
grape, artificial grape.
It is.
No, it's not real grape.
No. Oh, sorry.
I got an idea. I want you guys to keep this conversation going. I gotta
go to the
step out
bathroom.
and take a cola.
Take a cola?
Yeah. What?
I'm the host. It's fine.
What's a cola?
A cola.
Oh, give me a beer.
A cola.
Anyways, but that is what I like about Marvel is that they stay basically on point to the comic books, but at the same time they deviated. They let surprises happen. That's what The Walking Dead has had to do, because number one, you have to take in consideration like that these are actresses that are moving, doing different things. There's production troubles that happen, and number three, there has to be room for the directors and the writers to allow their own creative energy, right? Like, you can't expect a graphic novelist and a comic book writer who wrote the originals from like 1973 or a new story in like 1996 to dictate the flow of every single story that happens in television and movies. You have to allow those new writers, specifically for those TV shows and those movies, to make it their own, to give their own little spin to Spider-Man. I know if I got to write a Spider-Man movie, right, I'm gonna want to make it my own. I'm gonna want to respect and honor the legacy and the history and the great things that's been done with him, and those are all going to be inspirations to me. But I'm going to want to make surprises, something that's not been done before. You know what I mean? So So like, I know it's frustrating when you see something that was done better in a comic book or in a graphic novel than what you saw on TV. That's always disappointing. But those are the chances and risk, and chances and risk don't always work. Like, chances and risks don't always work in comic books. For example, one of that comic books classics page on Instagram, they had one of their comic books they shared was one of the Daredevil things. I'm just talking to myself at this point. Anyways, Stiltman was an actual villain. That's hilarious. That's really funny. But it's also probably not very translatable to anything really today. Would just be a laughing stock of a joke of a villain today. It's just this dude who walks on stilts and he's invincible when he's on stilts.
You're talking about the guy from Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
No, is Daredevil's villain.
And what?
1956, one of Daredevil's villains in the comic books was Stiltman. He's like,
you're talking about the cover of that one that we see.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, well, if we're gonna get into ridiculous,
no, what I'm saying is that like TV writers and movie writers take comic book inspiration. Sometimes they make risks that don't pay off. Same thing with comic books, though. Like, comic books took risks that don't pay off. We just don't talk about those comic books. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, I like the movie, but I like when the comic book did this."
Yeah, it's a lot different when a comic book does it and a movie does it.
Well, because more people see it.
Well, and the money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot more money you're risking when you're making a movie.
But at the end of the day, it's just writing.
And people are going to buy the comics, and they do, and did, and do. And did, and they do.
And we will.
And we will. Thank you.
We did and do.
But, yeah, I mean, that'd be a good topic, is coming up with the most ridiculous villains. Because, goddamn it, the amount of ridiculous villains. I have one that's the, what do they call him? The Element Man or some shit.
Oh, the Element.
With the marble fist.
A
marble hammer is a fist.
It's Elemental.
Elemental Man. Yes.
No, I think it's just Elemental.
What,
LMFAO.
Anyways, you want to be. The guy wants to be right. He wants to be right. He's got to be right.
It's because I'm right. It's because I'm right. Right.
Okay. So, welcome back to the show. Now we are talking about penis.
And how big they are, how small they are, and how they can dance. So Reed, take it
Wiggle,
off.
wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I like it, Sean. What is yours? Mine?
Oh.
Yeah, those are the noises our penises make when they move.
Yeah. All right. so you guys
Get the beer in the mic.
you guys finally
Wait's here.
Okay.
Weed's here.
We live in California. We order weed like we order pizza. Hey, can we get weed? Yeah, it will be there in an hour.
Can get that
And
on the
then it
side of the pizza.
comes in your house in an hour. Cool.
Yeah.
Touch the mic while we're recording.
Well, there's just like you.
Anyways, so real quick, I want to go back to the Comic-Con if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And bring up the Shazam trailer.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I'm not that psyched about it.
I'm not that psyched about it because it looks like there's some really stupid scenes, like that dancing scene. That looks dumb. That looks like they're just ripping off popular culture at the time.
It looks like they're trying to make a DC movie.
Yeah, which I don't know what is their problem, but it's like they know no one funny in Hollywood. Like, no one funny in Hollywood is in their network, apparently. There's like, who do we know that's funny? Fuck, man, I haven't. No one likes us. None of the comedians are writing back. Well, get fucking Christopher Nolan. He knows some jokes. Like, that's what I feel like, man. Like,
I bet you Morgan Freeman got some knee slappers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You should have somebody do the floss. That's my Morgan Freeman impression. Can you pick that up, Mike? Hey, thank you.
It's like their secretary had a word processor for like different filing of names and phone numbers, and the comedian section just got deleted, and they're like, well, fuck.
It's just bad, dude. It looks like a Disney movie.
No,
I'm gonna be honest.
Like a Disney movie.
I mean, a Disney. Let me correct that.
It looks like a WB movie.
No, yeah, that's what That's what I meant to say. Not a Disney movie, because all respect to Disney. Okay.
They've been doing great things.
Well,
homies.
forever.
You can hire me. My application's out there somewhere.
Ain't no one mad at Disney for nothing except the Disney Channel.
You guys made it to the big screen. What big screen? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm guessing he's trying to tell us he put us. Are you trying to tell us you put us on your TV?
Oh, he's saying that. Yeah, we're on the TV.
You know, we're running a big show here.
Yeah,
we don't have time to worry about what you're doing at your house.
Much bigger TVs than your
Okay,
TV.
Valenwood.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you go down to the forest, take a left at the barn, and then look in the cave for a treasure. Because in that treasure, there's gonna be a dragon code or something, and you can jump on the dragon, fly it around the space, and kill all the peasants.
Kill all the what?
Okay.
That's what I think of your big screen.
But honestly, thanks. That's cool, man. Yeah. And we encourage all you guys to put us on your big screens.
Yeah. What was the thing that came to your mind for jumping on dragons and killing peasants?
Because that's what they do in Arctic Monkeys. And
that's what they do in Arctic.
Which is a video game that we know Valenwood plays. And they travel and it's pretty much move left. Move right. Take 2 steps forward. So if you guys are into that, look it up. Arctic Monkeys, okay? There's about 400 people who play it ever
in the world. Actually, it's huge, big game.
Huge in the world.
Big game.
Huge game. If you're really into typing,
it's
your game, folks.
In fact, when you only see typing, it's just a bunch of typing that happens on top of typing.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen so much exciting text in my life.
Like you'll be texting, right? And you'll just look at the text and be like, dude, there's like fucking 5 dragons.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? There's 5 dragons? Look up. That's pretty much how exciting
it really is.
It's a pretty big deal.
Imagine being a newcomer in that game and being like,
imagine being someone who's tuning in right now and they're like, what are these assholes talking about? One of the 3 people watching us is really confused.
One of the 3. But anyways, what were we just talking about? What were we just discussing here? Villains,
we were talking about
DC,
Shazam, and then we were gonna
not having funny people.
DC, but there is one thing we don't understand. You're right.
We don't understand. Yeah, we don't.
But there is one show I am taught. By the way, for you guys who are watching this not live, we are commenting about our chat. And if you want to know what we're talking about, maybe fucking watch us live. Okay?
That's not a fucking joke.
Be a fan. All right? Before it's too late to be a fan.
No, I think the fans are watching.
But, you know, be a real one. All right? And I want to talk honestly about Titans, the DC show, the DC Universe show. Looks pretty dope. They're coming out with Teen Titans movie, which
she just kind of like scrapes off someone's face in the trailer. Did you see that? She just flies away and just scrapes it off. Like, I'm gonna fly away, but first your face, thank you.
Yeah, there's some bad shit. I mean, Robin is in there. He turns in the Robin who's gonna be Nightwing is in there. He's talking about.
Charles is watching.
He's talking about fuck. You're fucking.
Yeah.
He's
What the fuck is his
talking
name?
about Charles.
Messages being held for review. Oh, dude.
Hey, Charles.
Ja Rose, how you doing, Ja Rose?
Hey, Valenwood, you can't say bad words in our text.
That's Eddie.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
All right, you know what we're gonna do? Allow
it.
Thank you for your feedback. I got Charles to watch with me.
What's up, Charles?
Oh, so he can't follow and subscribe himself?
Sibo.
Hey, will you do me a favor, Jonathan? Will you pull that string? Because outside you can see through this room like 100%.
Cool.
There you go.
Charles, I would like, through Eddie's thing, if you don't mind, give us a suggestion, something that you think we should talk about.
Yeah.
If you got one, okay? If not,
we
stop
gotta-
watching us, you cocksucker.
So a little bit. So for the weed corner, we got a nice Gorilla Glue number 4 here. I don't know what the first 3 are, but this one sure smells good.
So we got a
They
Gorilla
fucked
Glue.
it up 3 times, but the 4th one is the charm.
Can you smell that?
Can you smell through the mic?
Gorilla Glue number 4.
It's very stanky.
Can I look? I'm gonna look.
It should look good.
He's grinded it up. Ooh, that's good weed, guys. We live in California. We do medical marijuana.
This is purely medicinal.
Purely medicinal.
Well, actually, it's recreational for these two.
Alright, so what I want to talk
And
about
medicinal.
next is actually James Gunn getting fired for tweeting out in 2008
So
that something makes him as excited as a 5-year-old boy tickling his balls, and in 2011 saying, I don't get big game, never liked hunting, I think I'm more into big rape.
Can we? Here, hold on. Can I get a quote? Can you say that one more time for the people in
Say
chat?
the James Gunn quote. We're putting up the James Gunn quote in the chat right
the James
now.
Gunn quote is in
Quote.
2008.
End quote.
Something
Okay.
he said something. So something.
Okay, maybe not quote.
Makes me as excited as a 5-year-old boy tickling my balls.
This is in 2008.
2008.
And then the next one that they found in 2008 said,
When he had a Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh, wait. What's that?
And then in 2011.
2011. James Gunn goes on the Twitter and quote says
that
I like having sex with
Nope. That I never got into big game. Don't like hunting.
I like rape.
I'm more into big rape.
Oh, that's what he says. I'm more into big rape.
Not got into big game hunting.
Yes, big game hunting.
I'm more into rape.
Yes.
Big.
So James Gunn, for you guys who don't know who said these things,
More into big rape.
is the director of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Is that better for you?
James Gunn.
No.
Look.
Director.
Look.
Yes, big rape.
James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, is in
Direct quotation.
helped direct, got some directing credits in Avengers Infinity War, or as our guy with 2 first names, Jeff Antoni, happens to say, Infinity Gauntlet, which is the comic, by the way. Cry about it. He apparently said he likes little boys tickling his balls, and that
Now this was his justification. Can I get some radio feedback when I say it?
Okay.
His justification
His
was
justification was
that I was a provocure comedian.
I don't know the word that he said, comedian.
And I felt it justified to say these things.
I felt it justified to say these things as a comedian.
And I regret the statements I made.
However, I regret the decisions I've made and the statements I put out on the Twitter.
And I hope to move forward.
And I hope to take a step forward because, as our boy Chris Kringle said, you've got to put one foot in front of the other, and we've all have to succeed.
James Gunn.
That's what James Gunn said back in recently this week regarding the fact that he's gotten
He
fired.
actually found out he was fired at Comic-Con. So Comic-Con this week was actually, because he's like a hero in Comic-Con.
Oh, people love him.
People love James Gunn.
And I'm pretty sure he did do...
so this is brought up...
Pretty sure he did do...
it's all right.
So Buffy?
People...
God damn it.
Buffy!
Why are you on
fucking
Buffy? I
Buffy?
never saw
He
any
did
Buffy
Buffy, man.
James Gunn did Buffy, and that's what people liked
Joss
about him.
Whedon.
He should
Josh
go-
Whedon,
he should go-
apologize.
Joss Whedon. Were
Hey,
you really serious?
He should go
No.
to jail.
I wasn't serious.
Did you really think
This
that...
guy I thought James Gunn.
They're
Wait,
really
is
kind
that
of on
is
this.
that why you said Avengers 1?
No.
Fuck downloading
No,
it.
he was in Avengers. What do you mean?
Sorry, War and Peace.
No, but he got a credit because he helped direct
we're
the scenes
switching
of
to
Guardians of the Galaxy
YouTube
and
next
Infinity
week.
War. You cunt.
Yeah,
and
we
I
said
said
Avengers
Infinity War. No, I didn't. I said
you did.
Infinity War, and I brought...
Anyways, so the point is do you think that it's
I agree.
justified to fire him?
All right. No, I don't. I don't think it's justified to fire anybody over something they say on social media, let alone something they said on social media in 2008.
Yeah.
All of us have said things that are horrible.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
On social media. And
Are you guys religious?
kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
You know? But
we acknowledge it.
But what's going on with James Gunn is wrong for a lot of reasons. I understand it though. Let me say that. It's wrong, but yes, I understand. Because you're a business like Disney, you have to fucking keep up a name. You think, like, for example, do you think anyone who had to make this call was like, "Look, tight, now we gotta fire James Gunn"? They were pissed. You know what I mean? They were like,
of course
they were mad. They were like, "Fuck, dude, now we have to fire James Gunn because of this stupid ass tweet that some fucking asshole brought up years ago." It's retarded. It has to do with the attack on men that's going on, and it's wrong, okay? You want to be treated equal? Fucking earn it.
End clip.
We'll clip that.
But now that I think that James Gunn's problem right now is the culture and the time. He had to because Roseanne Barr was just fired, right?
She said something far worse.
Oh, she said something. Well,
way worse.
I gotta. You know,
James Gunn's was pretty bad.
Well,
Yeah,
and also,
but-
what's her name
she
said
said
was
something
retarded,
way
but she
worse.
didn't. She, I honestly believe that she didn't think that girl was
James
black
Gunn's
because she
pretty
doesn't look black at all. I mean, it was inappropriate, but I don't think she was saying that because she was black. She was just saying it because she thought she was Mexican, and then because she was black,
No,
it turned
I'll
out to
clip
be
it later.
racist.
I'll clip it later.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I got it later. But no, I mean, wait, it's not to excuse James Gunn. What James Gunn said, even if you consider yourself a provocure comedian where you're just trying to be provocative and shit, like that's just dumb. You don't need like all right, pedophilia and rape, but like I actually can't say. Someone made a great point to me.
Can I take a pause real quick to show you something?
I want to block. Hold
I'm
on.
gonna start marking spots where we want to clip.
Oh, okay, I
right
got you.
here, and just let me know.
Yeah. So, but someone made a great point to me.
Yeah,
about
I just
this,
wait quick. I just want to block. I'm sorry. Not skeptic is right. Valen Wood is crossing a line, and I want you to block him.
Wait, what? Let alone they said at work in a private conversation. What? Is Eddie provoking you?
Yeah, he's trying to provoke me. Okay, and you're crossing the line, Eddie boy.
Don't get me wrong. I love when people who say racist shit get canned. However, Jim Crow, Disney has no authority on. Oh, of course they do.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
That's true. No, but that's also a reason why
Mickey Mouse.
That's also a reason why they would do it, though, right? Like, of course they're gonna fire them right away because they know that Disney hates the Jews. Okay.
Well, no, it's what was it? The book White Guilt, written by
Disney?
Shelby. I can't remember. It's Shelby Steele.
Shelby Disney.
He basically wrote that like after the civil rights, basically what all the universities did, like University of Alabama, they didn't change. Racism didn't change after the civil rights. Basically, what they started doing was universities started using buzzwords like diversity and cultural integration and assimilation and celebration of cultures and like posters of like a black student, an Asian student, a white student. So like that's what Disney's doing. Disney's just like saving themselves on the PR marketing side to scapegoat all their past, scapegoat all their history.
Right.
But besides that, my friend mentioned a good point to me about this James Gunn fire.
Who's your friend?
Which is my brother.
Wait.
I'm just not gonna say which one because
the one in S-Town
Oh, everybody! Oh, wait, hold on. Everybody out there, we all know you know Bruce's brother, so we don't want you to don't want him to say your name because
and they're not
God
even
forbid.
doing a good job.
Yeah.
I want to comment on what Skeptic is saying when you're done babbling.
These aren't jokes that we've all haven't said in our head, and that's his point. Is like
Oh,
these
no.
these type of jokes said by James Gunn. They're not like this is shit we've thought of. This is shit like oh that would be funny, but we just don't say it. And he just said it because he considered him that style of comedian at that point, where he didn't let anything back. And it's just bullshit. It's terrible what he said. It's not dismissing what he said, but you don't end someone's career for that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I agree. That's hella funny, Warren. You're totally right. Not to mention they pioneered racist tropes in early cartoons. Like,
Can I say something too? Like, I've always been upset because my favorite fucking Disney princesses are brown, which is one of them.
Or people of color, yeah.
Yeah, people of color. I don't know. I'm saying brown, but if you don't like it,
Moana may be mine now. Not gonna lie.
Stop watching. People of color. Sounds worse. Sounds a lot worse.
Whatever.
You guys don't want to talk about that?
It does.
It does. It is.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
It sounds
like,
a lot
I feel like
worse.
more people who've used it in a derogatory way have said that phrase. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't mean it derogatory,
Yeah.
and then when you go and you correct somebody for it, makes it seem derogatory.
Yeah.
No, I feel like. I mean.
Nah, but look, I just wanted to say that I've always said that, dude. My favorite movie is the fucking Aladdin. And Princess and the Frog was fucking dope as fuck. But yeah, you're right.
Well, the Princess and Aladdin's amazing. It's like one of my first crushes. And Pocahontas.
But you're right, dude. I would say Mulan, but that song is cool, Mulan. But the fucking movie, I didn't like that much.
Moana?
Mulan. Moana is my favorite.
Moana is amazing.
Moana is my favorite.
Moana.
Don't get me wrong. My boy Valen Wood knows how much I like Moana.
No, I have the soundtrack in my car. You're not gonna be how much I like that.
Oh, dude, I love it. It used to be it's my brother's ringtone.
I literally thought you were gonna say I used to beat off to it.
I did beat off to it a couple times.
How was it? I was thinking about doing it. Would you recommend
Make a
that?
man.
I paused it. I paused it when she said, "I am Moana," and her face.
Oh shit, dude.
Her face is kind of crooked.
Yeah, and he does this weird thing where, like, you tell me, he does the suffocation thing, too. So he's, like, doing this with the music and with the belt.
Yeah.
Sometimes he passes out, so someone, like, has to wake him up. And they're just like, Sean,
usually
why is Moana on blast?
Nah, I usually...
You see this seminal fluid all over the floor.
My mom knows. My mom knows to come in when I'm listening to it.
I'm just imagining Sean like, oh yeah, open that mouth.
I can see the light.
No, but Moana was my favorite. Please,
No,
Moana's hair, fucking beautiful.
Oh, great hair, great
fucking
We're on a
hair.
tangent right now, though.
Great
We're
hair.
really
no,
on a
this
tangent.
is the topic of the night.
Can we? Okay.
Head and shoulders.
Well, I kind of want to finish the James Gunn discussion too.
Yeah, no, let's finish that. No, I want to finish that too. So, what do you think, Skeptic, about James Gunn? Other than the fact I know you don't think that he should have gotten fired, but I guess what's your opinion on the statements that he made? Are they really that bad?
I'll say something in the gap period for the lag in the sake of the show's like 10-second delay. I think that some people, whether you say something one way or say something another way, they'll take it literally, they'll take it to heart, and they'll apply it in their everyday life. Some people, you see through that. Comedy has multiple layers. You have satire and a shit ton of other ways to just make jokes. I'll just keep it simple, right? So not everything everyone says is 100% their identity belief system. They don't just, walk around doing that. They're not going to, use derogatory statements against, anyone, right? They have a fucking conscience, but I don't know. I'm just saying that it doesn't matter who it's coming from. If it's someone in a position of power to people who are fans, they'll take it to heart whether they mean it or not. And maybe that's part of the reason why they had to take action. because I don't know. No, think about this.
What? What?
Wait.
I can't.
Oh, he doesn't even.
Oh, okay. So James Gunn is the guy. Oh yeah, you're right. We're going off of. Yeah, people should stop saying stupid shit on social media.
I made that point though. Like I said it a while ago. I was like, none of us in our generation could ever be president. We're screwed.
But
like we have so many posts since
even
like
with
2009.
deleted posts. Like I had old
it's
Instagram,
not even, like, Eddie,
old Twitter,
it's
old
not,
Facebook.
It's
like,
not even about saying dumb shit. Like you were actually, you may not know this, Eddie, but you were dumb.
Yeah,
you were.
We were all kids once who didn't know anything about the world.
Over here, Charles, you were dumb too.
Look at us.
I was dumb. He was dumb.
I was never dumb.
I
was never.
You were extremely fucking dumb.
I was never.
You were really extremely fucking dumb. So we didn't know we were saying dumb shit back then, but now when you have something going on, you can be fired for it.
He's talking about like basically what Warren's talking about is like
that there's more important stuff going on other than
James Gunn. But I feel like people like use the Roseanne example. Roseanne speaks basically to the voting base of rural white class or Roseanne Barr, blue class working class Americans who are racist as shit, and only care about basically everything Trump's camp talks about. I feel like those people can be an issue. Because if she's just like, did she call Obama like a fucking?
Yeah, no.
That's a line.
All right, but
Roseanne Barr is a good line.
Well, here's my point about it. Is I agree with you, Warren P. Skeptic, but I had a conversation with Eddie actually a little bit ago.
You get discussions of race versus sex.
Well, no, it's not even about that. It's just that I am tired of following Trump, Russia, and the economy. That shit has a huge revelation every single day. Huge epiphany every single day. Oh my gosh, new finding, new report. I'm just going to get back into it once there is actually something big happening.
The bottom line.
That is the bottom line.
No. The bottom line is most presidents have been almost impeached or resigned for far less. Bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to keep up with it.
That's a good
The
fucking
list
point.
is endless.
No.
Bill Clinton just perjury one time. Nixon, Watergate one time. He has 18 counts of sexual assault. He has like a million different counts for.
But that's my point.
Like,
is that
there's no points.
no. The point is that we're operating in a culture and a society where that doesn't matter anymore, and people need to realize that it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. It may be apparently in Marvel and Disney it does,
or in Hollywood.
Yeah, in Hollywood it does, but in the music industry it doesn't. In politics it doesn't now. In
You're right.
rich
In the music
society
industry,
it doesn't. And so
6ix9ine.
like all these liberals who get their panties in a bunch, like, oh, Donald Trump did this. Well, what a dumbass, or what a pervert, or what a sexual assaulter. Like, shut the fuck up. Nothing's gonna happen. You didn't prove anything big because why? The establishment ain't listening. The political spectrum ain't listening. The conservatives ain't listening. You're just talking to other liberals, complaining about Trump. And I'm tired of reading those articles. I'm tired of following that shit.
It just needs a new angle, or what?
I'm actually starting to like conservatives more.
Well, no.
To be honest.
Well, what I'm saying,
I'm so tired
I don't
of liberals just yammering on about it. I get it. He's a dick. He's a terrible president. Obviously, he shouldn't be. He's a joke. He's a hack. He's a daddy's boy that got a lot of money.
Right.
And he knows how to work media.
Okay, let me
That's
ask
why
you
he's
this
president.
though. Let me ask
But
you this.
I'm tired
though.
of liberals.
Sure. Okay. I get what you're saying, and I think I know what it is. The majority of like.
I'm gonna let the two politicians talk politics.
Oh, you gonna? Well, I just a couple more lines of dialogue.
No,
Are you getting a beer?
No, he just needs a piss.
Oh, you just get a beer. I think that you have the New York Times, you have CNN, you have like all these other like big names, right, who are getting denied by the press corps, and then they become overtly negative. Okay, I mean this is part of my research for my fucking thesis. They're all becoming so negative that the media is no longer really objective. It's just highly skewed, which basically makes this side highly skewed. So then you have two direct. You got the left over here, and then you got the right over here, and there is no ethical media source that is just sort of in the middle. Like, okay, so we've established this. Look, Trump stalled all this. Okay, we don't have to recycle the 24-hour news cycle. That's another problem. The 24-hour news cycle means that content. There's no rest for it. We need a different side. Like, look, he's doing this stuff. which is bad, right? But a different angle. Like, I think they need to do much more research into persuading people who are in his camp to be like, look, no, he's fucking dumb, and expedite the process of either getting him out, which would get Pence in. I don't know what that would do.
No,
or getting it over it, I guess, and fighting the grassroots level and do something about it and make it better for 2020.
Well, Eddie, it's kind of about that, right? But also, we literally just don't have a smart society anymore. We just don't.
No.
There's not. The second you realize a society is beginning to challenge science, actual science, like fucking science, the one thing that can be objective. The one thing that can be objective is being challenged. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency,
the USDA,
right now is there's a report that formaldehyde, how do you pronounce that word?
Formaldehyde.
Yeah, causes cancer, serious cancer. All of Trump's appointees are blocking that report from coming out. That's the society we live in. So to explain this show, to explain why I don't talk about it, to explain why I don't give a fuck anymore, is because this culture and this society don't give a fuck. We're dumb as fuck.
No.
We challenge science, which is dumb as fuck. The only smart people that actually can be objective are scientists. So the reason I talk about Marvel, pop culture, rather rap, rather write, do that shit, is because that's the one aspect of life that makes sense.
You know what? Okay, I will. The last political thing I guess I will say though is that those things are even more of a powerful force behind social sort of recognition of things, like even more than just like politicians talking about stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you have better representation. You just have better. You have better quality films, especially in the Marvel. You know, I mean, like, a lot of people would argue with me. Whatever. Black Panther is good. You have like the Luke Cages. You have all these. I mean, they are all fucking superhero movies and shows, but I don't know. It's better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Oh, he just said, "Well, hey, Warren, you got my number now." Yes, sir. Wait. Oh,
are
hey,
you
Warren,
gonna go on the
my
show?
Number now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Forget that.
Let me check my back. It should be good. But yeah, we don't have to stay on this political stuff. Oh, we're good on battery. Nice.
Well, we are for one more little second because I would like to hear Skeptic's point of view. And so right now we got.
Is this the guy?
We got our friend on the podcast.
You might have to hold it closer to the.
Yeah, our friend Skeptic on the air wants to chime in on what we are talking about right now. And go ahead, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. So I wanted to talk about a few things, and this was one observance I had yesterday on Facebook. Some guy tells me, well, you obviously don't approve what California's doing. I was like, well, what's California doing? And he's like, they're letting illegal immigrants vote. And so I was like, stop, breathe. Okay, one, that's federally illegal, so let's look into what exactly is going on. It turns out that the San Francisco Unified School District is letting legal residents vote for a school board. And so we have this problem where people pick up media and they pick up the first thing that agrees with some of their already held beliefs and biases, and that's what they run with.
Yeah.
It's like the evidence is there, and you didn't even have to take an extra 20 seconds to find out how bullshit that was.
Right.
It took me nothing. It's not hard. But in the spirit of getting onto other topics, I know we all hate politics. I'm curious to see what is the most Trump-like supervillain.
You said what?
What is the most Trump-like supervillain?
The most Trump-like supervillain. I like that one, dude.
I know everyone hates politics. It's heavy. This is a place you guys come to.
No, that's a good fuck. That's a really good one, actually.
I like that transition too. We just got from heavy to back to normal life.
Yeah, back to where we're comfortable.
I'm Black Lives Matter. I'm a hardcore liberal, but sometimes I need to goddamn breathe.
Oh no, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think all of us are liberals.
We got one suggestion that it's Kingpin, but yeah, man, that's what it's about. You know, like I'm an anarchist when it comes down to it.
Hey, thanks. Thank you. That's Warren P. Skeptic. Follow him on Instagram. Warren_Peace_Skeptic, please. Great friend of the show. Awesome guy.
All right, Warren. Yep.
We'll get back,
We'll
but-
see you on the show. All right.
Yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Let's do that. Let's come up with, we got one from Eddie Van Halen who says Kingpin is the most Trump-like supervillain. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, it's hard to know where I'm not putting us on the spot, but I mean, that is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
You know, the first one I thought of is
Trump-like.
I can't think of his...
The only reason I don't want to say Kingpin is because Kingpin is like he's kind of smart.
Right.
Like,
we need someone who is just overtly
like he has the arrogance of Trump. I definitely get that correlation. That is where that.
But I like Kingpin.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I like Kingpin. So like the last thing I want to say is he's like Trump.
And he also came from nothing
But
and made his
also
shit.
Kingpin doesn't talk a lot. That's the biggest
Yeah,
difference.
that's
Trump is a
Oh,
fucking
and
dumbass
Kingpin
talker.
we
does.
need someone very boisterous.
Kingpin doesn't like to even be known at all, let alone.
Yeah, exactly. Trump is all about being known. All right, so we need someone boisterous, arrogant, like.
So I was thinking, I can't think of his name, so forgive me, but the guy in Watchmen. The villain. I can't think of his name. God damn it.
Oh, that guy.
He's so smart though. That's the point of the
He's
whole
so
show.
intelligent.
I don't
He thought ahead like 30 years.
This is what's so.
Wait, guys, is Trump the ultimate supervillain?
No.
Dr. Doom? Oh my god.
No.
Not Dr. Doom.
What I was going to say is the reason why it's going to be hard to do this is because most villains are smart.
Yeah, that's the
And
point.
Trump is a fucking idiot, and he's a villain because of his ignorance. Like, we all look at him and we're mad because we're like, why are you letting this happen? Why are you letting this man talk? I've literally had dreams.
Yeah, I don't think there's something you could compare.
I've literally had nightmares, dude. I've never had a nightmare about a president in my life. It might be because I'm becoming 30 years old or I'm getting older, but I've literally had more than one nightmare where I've woken up and it's because Trump did something so crazy that I'm like looking at the people in my dream like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
When are we going to stop this idiot from doing these ridiculous things? And it's just never going to stop. And that's how I feel about it, man.
It's Archie from the Sunday Comics.
Archie from the Sunday Comics. Eddie Van Halen.
Ursula.
Putin is a supervillain.
Ursula.
What's up, Lethal Migraine? That sounds terrible.
Lethal Migraine.
Anyone who can lead the KGB and FSB is unstoppable.
That is a supervillain.
Yeah. Well, Excedrin X Strength works great. Maybe we'll send that to the company.
Vladimir Putin is the ultimate supervillain. That's true. He really is. Well, I mean, we could think of some more. One guy, Hitler.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or the red,
Kim
or the Red Skull, as they call him.
Mr. Krabs from
Mr.
SpongeBob.
Mr.
No,
Krabs from
he's,
SpongeBob.
It's not Mr. Krabs.
He's a neocon.
It's not Mr. Krabs. It's
Can you imagine?
It's Plankton, bro.
If,
it's not. Mr. Krabs is not the enemy.
If Marvel like released a supervillain that was basically Trump but wasn't Trump, right? And so they're like, "What's his superpower? Ignorance. What does that do?
And then-
He denies everything."
Well, no, it's like
What's
like
his
ignorance.
weakness? Sun.
Ignorance and like control of resources, like arbitrary control of resources and high profile on in terms of media. Like no you know, bad press is good press. Like whatever press is good press. Like ever since like he got sold on the what was it, The Apprentice?
Right.
Boom. I feel like that
Even before then, yeah. but
even
you're
before,
right.
I feel like it was basically a story arc from there.
Yeah.
But you know, and the climax was the fucking Apprentice happened. From there, he was a fucking folklorian god in terms of American culture.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So many dumb fucking people latched onto that show.
Yeah. Yeah. I think KGU tops Putin all day.
I don't know who
Kim
KGU is.
Kim Jong-un.
Oh, what about Kim Jong-il?
Dude, think about it though. He is more like, what's his name? Who we were talking about earlier?
Plankton.
Oh my god. Dude, he kind of is, because Plankton is stupid.
He
just never, like, he has his big ideas, and he's so angry all the time.
Can you stop with this thing? And can we
It's gonna roll.
Can we do a bowl or something? Gosh. Okay, cool. So it was right there the entire time. We're not addicted in California.
But anyways,
There's a decent amount.
yeah. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about real life supervillains now, and we brought up Trump, Putin. Somebody brought up Kim Jong Un.
You have fucking
Kim Jong Il was probably
Bashar al-Assad.
What?
Assad.
Assad is there.
El Chapo.
You have the United States. The United States is there as one.
You got basically all
the United States government.
Most of all of Europe. You got
the United States government is like
Thanos. You got the evil henchman, the CIA.
Yeah, dude.
Hillary Clinton. You know what? Block him. I
you
told you to block him.
Can you get out of here?
I told you to block Hillary
I
Clinton.
totally agree. He brings content. This is good. HC. Totally agree. Valen is a huge Bernie Sanders fan. And
Who?
so Eddie is a huge Bernie Sanders fan.
The world interacts with Putin. Almost nobody cares about Un in North Korea. It's because they don't know as much. Like, I feel like a lot gets leaked, and there's a lot of like coverage.
It's sensational.
Yeah.
Russia's sensational
Hold
right
on,
now.
wait.
Loud, not subtle.
Warren says loud, not subtle.
He has tiny hands.
Tiny fucking hands.
Dude, that's what I was saying earlier. He's still a Plankton.
Plankton is a super insecure dude. Like, that's where his shit comes from. He's just insecure because he's sitting across. He wants to have like the best restaurant. He doesn't. Yeah, he's super insecure.
Endeavor dies in the manga is my hero academia. JK. Okay.
All right.
Who commits more atrocities on a daily basis, though? Yeah, no, Kim Jong Un does.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, but think about like Xi Jinping in China.
I don't know who's the leader of
they like
terrorist group in Africa and ISIS or ISIS
is in Africa.
Boko Haram, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Calabucas.
No, actually, Boko Haram has the most kills out of any terrorist network.
So that's the guy.
If you watched the anime, you would have banned me for saying that.
You're banned.
You're banned.
You're banned.
You're banned. You're banned.
You're banned. You're banned. You're banned.
Get the bucket out again.
Should have left it in the bucket. It's gonna smell like stale beer in here tomorrow.
That's fine. That's a good smell.
Look, I know you have a 5-story mansion,
but I'm gonna have to shampoo my carpet.
That's fine. Just shampoo your carpet.
This is embarrassing,
This
everybody.
is really embarrassing, guys.
The guy's worried about shampooing his carpet, for Christ's sake.
I know. That's all he talks about sometimes.
Yeah, why don't you get some conditioner while you're at it? Because it's looking a little dry.
How about you get it back? That's messed up.
just use the bucket, I guess.
Back to the tub for me. God damn it, Nick. What are you doing? You're talking about your band and you were watching us in a tub? What'd you have to get out for?
Why'd you get out?
Okay, yeah, enough talking about the tub and
Wait,
stuff.
no, he's going back in the tub. I want to know why he's going back in the tub.
All right, we're gonna get back on topic into the regular whatever scheduled program.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
These guys.
Oh wow, it's almost been 2 hours.
These guys have finally watched Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Huh?
We started at like 8:40.
Oh, okay.
We'll get back to that, Nicky boy. But right now we're gonna talk about Ant-Man and the
Top
Wasp.
3 Marvel we'll get back to that for sure. That's a good sort of come back around after we talk about Ant-Man.
You're going to write it down. We'll get back to it, but we're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. You go ahead and write it down as the host. Hey, big man, just got promoted to host, huh? Congratulate him, huh?
Anyways, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Good job.
These two jerk-offs have finally watched Ant-Man and the Wasp this week. I want to know their opinions, as well as anybody who's joining in live. What do you think about Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Can we start backwards?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, we don't have to do that.
All right, Ant-Man and the Wasp. What do you think? You saw it this week. How do you feel?
We just all got really close to each other.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But Ant-Man and the Wasp, here's my thoughts. Mediocrity. Almost fell asleep 3 times. Kind of disappointing. Exactly what I expected. Jokes aren't that good. Not that funny. Tries to be really funny. It's okay. It's cute. Don't hate it. Could have done without it.
I feel like it was a good break in between all the seriousness in the other side of, like, not on the other side of the universe, just on the other side of the states. It happens at the same timeline, basically. I think I feel like it's alright. It's definitely not necessary, but I just want to talk about the cinematography. I feel like they captured San Francisco, like, pretty awesome.
No, they did.
Like you got the I can't remember what street it is. You got the world's windiest street that they use in order to ramp it with the small cars. I've been on that. That's hilarious. They go to Pier 39. I went to Pier 39 like 2 weeks before I watched the movie. Like I don't know, just all these like landmarks.
Of course, okay. So we're from Northern California. Some of us.
It was cool to see the action sequence happen like on San Francisco. I feel like
that
it was a great place for a cool car chase.
Yeah, but they just watched San Andreas.
Or anything.
Yeah, I know, but I love Paul Rudd too.
I didn't hate the movie.
I like Paul Rudd. I'm not saying I hated it. I'm just saying it was complete mediocrity.
Yeah, no, it was.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's not my top 5. But I'm glad I watched it. Not a comic book movie fan, other than Deadpool.
Oh, he's asking why is Sean wearing always the same shirt? So I think not a comic book movie other than Deadpool. Yeah, I mean. This guy obviously too, but he likes other comics. I mean, that's understandable. Deadpool is hell unique.
No, it is. Real quick to interrupt you to answer this stupid fuck who's hiding behind a stupid bitch ass screen name. That's not even his real name. His name is Edwin Astorga, by the way. Edwin Astorga. He's a bitch.
Wait.
Anyways, this isn't my same shirt. I have 5 different Deadpool shirts, so you just recognized me wearing a Deadpool shirt. And you want to know why I wore it? Because we talk about comics on the show, and he's my faves. Just like you got that fake-ass toy that you can't set up for your nephew, okay? So fuck you.
I think your nephew's great.
I think your nephew's great, too. But the toy could have been better, all right? Guy's always calling me out. The guy's always calling me out.
Easy now.
Every show.
Easy shot.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk to you about
what do you think about Ant-Man?
Clip it.
What do you think about Ant-Man?
I want you to clip it.
No, I'll clip it.
I'm gonna make a marker.
Make a marker.
Clip.
All right, what was your thoughts?
I thought Ant-Man was good.
Yeah.
I thought.
Nick and Lat, thank you for the follow.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Cheers to Nick.
Cheers, Nicky boy.
Not water, Reed. There you go.
I gotta talk to.
I have feelings about Paul Rudd playing anything outside of playing a middle management stockbroker or suburban middle.
All right, hold on, wait. Let me
Yeah.
answer. So I gotta say,
That sounds like a porno.
I was gonna tell my statement.
Yeah, you go. Then we'll talk about Mr. Rudd.
All right, I feel that the movie was okay. It wasn't bad. I agree with him. It was mediocre.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was some parts and I guess I'm just trying to make up an argument. It was bad. It was bad. It was a bad fucking movie. It was a bad fucking movie.
I thought it wasn't that great, and I was questioning why I accepted Bruce's request to go watch it.
Well, because we had to talk about it.
About an hour in, because it was a long, pointless movie.
It was.
It felt pointless.
I fell asleep because I thought it's because I took my nieces
you know
to
why?
it, and I was after work and I was tired.
The movie had nothing to say. Like, I don't really feel like they made a comment about life, even family.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just don't think the screenwriters really effectively, actually executed the themes and the tones of the movie. Because I didn't walk away from a message, right? Like, even when you watch Superbad.
Thanks for the follow,
Superbad is a great example of this, right? Superbad is a teenager movie, right? About getting drunk and, having your first,
she should have been killed.
Exciting moments with women, right? But the ending of it, you have that great scene. It's one of my favorite endings for a comedy movie where Michael Sarah is going away from Jonah Hill on the escalator. One's going down, one's going up with their girls.
Transition.
And that to me was such a good statement about life. Like, we have our old friends, but we do move on and we do separate. And that movie had such a good point right at the very end. It's not really like a totally happy movie at the end, right? But it had something to say.
Realistic.
Ant-Man the Wasp, I didn't walk around knowing anything after I saw it.
No.
Like, it didn't tell me
It was
anything.
a weird segue into explaining, some more shit about Ant-Man. We saw him in Infinity War, right? And then we saw him in the previous Ant-Man. I've had more mass screen with a front door unlocked, edge of... Oh, my God. The only thing I'll say about Paul Rudd...
That's a good fucking point, because that's almost the most exciting thing. I did that earlier today.
You did? How did it go?
And you got to, especially when you select questionable porn videos to watch while you're doing it.
What is questionable?
Let's just say a couple more penises than most people would want to see.
How many more?
Oh my
God. How many fucking more?
Maybe they're all penises.
What type of penises?
Maybe they're all uncircumcised penises.
Are there any but JJ's, or we just talking penises?
Maybe we're gonna move on.
something.
Anyways.
That was so late.
Let me let's move on. Okay.
Come on, director. You gotta step it up. What's after the entire?
There's Sean's. Where's Bruce's? Oh, that's supposed to be Bruce.
That's supposed to be me.
Here, move over.
Wow, I brought a yell, mate. We go, boy, bad transition today with the cameras.
Not really.
I haven't been used to this.
Oh, don't. What is that?
Hold on. I'll switch. Weak ass. I
That's
don't
a
have a
norm
lock on
for
my
me,
door.
huh?
That is the norm for me. Okay.
Warning, though,
Alright,
Nikki
yeah,
boy, don't attack our friends of the show, okay? Unless
that's a like saying
unless it's
funny.
Valen Wood.
Well, I mean, if that's how he lives
Hey,
life.
it's Charles still
Hey,
watching?
hey, I'm gonna defend Nick here. He's a man that knows the danger zone. Continually, that's his life.
Hey.
Man.
Hey, is Charles still watching?
Charles, are you watching us? Or did
You
Charles?
should go. You should
say
go create an account,
If
and
you
you know
say
what you should
subscribe,
do.
don't.
If you have Amazon Prime, you know what you could do. Jonathan knows what you could do. You can subscribe.
No,
for free.
go back to me. Go back to me.
Sean will endorse it too. Subscribe for free. Thanks.
All right, what's up next? We got Ant-Man and the Wasp. Are we
Tio.
covered on
Make
Ant-Man
a
and the Wasp?
Twitch account, Charles.
All right, look.
All right, stop coughing on me.
This next one, I would actually like, for once, I would actually like Alan to, Eddie Van Halen to jump in, because we're going to talk football.
The old footy ball.
We're gonna talk
about the traditional football or American football.
We're going to talk about the Terrell Owens of football.
Yeah, American.
We're going to talk about American football. Terrell Owens
What does
saying,
that mean?
I don't know. I've ignored a lot of that. We're going to talk about Terrell Owens and his not doing the Hall of Fame speech. Because I, for one, I think he's a piece of shit for that.
Adam Sandler just keeps making movies for Netflix. I don't.
Hold on, wait. Let's read that. We're going to read this chat. We got another chat for you. For the use guys that are watching that can't.
Should we review that?
Wait, no, go ahead and say the.
Yeah, for the used guys, for the used fans that are watching, the used guys and don't have the chat up, we have one guy, Lethal Migraine, right now, who says Adam Sandler just keeps making movies for net. Okay, can you go up? Can you go up? Can you go up?
What do you mean? That's it?
No, go up.
Adam Sandler keeps making movies for Netflix. I think he's made 5 movies for Netflix, and his production company just released Father of the Year, not Dad of the Year, on Friday on Netflix. Thank you for the update. And Father of the Year is a good fucking movie. Really funny. I liked it a lot. David Spade, Happy Madison production. And it was pretty fucking good. I like the other kind of football. We're going to change subjects, aren't we?
It was a funny movie. I like the other kind of football. World Cup just ended. The International Cup just started with a bunch of games in the U.S.
Oh, man.
Go up. No rules.
There's
so much stuff going on.
Well, we're just going to stop going through the transitions of this.
We
want to discover.
This is a good question. Let's get to the schedule. Warren's full of good ideas.
What? You have to create a fantasy team made of only a DC heroes who's in your team.
No. I don't know. Should we write that down and talk about it in a second? What do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about T.O. and then that?
Yeah.
Well, that actually answers 2 questions because we also had someone who asked, "Who's your 3 favorite heroes?"
Shit, we forgot about that one. Okay, you wanna do that then?
So I have Team Marvel, you have Team DC, you have Team Ultra Comics.
What?
It's a small comic book that started a few years ago.
Image.
They follow us on Instagram, so it would be actually good.
Okay, you guys are tight.
They are tight up. I haven't read it. Anyways, all right. So what do you got for?
That's
what?
gonna be a good
For
ass
DC,
game, bro. That's
a-
awesome.
What?
Tottenham and AC Milan. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, that's gonna be a badass game.
That's a great game to go to, man.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where are you from, Lethal Migraine? We'll wait for you to answer as we wait for the fucking 20-minute delay we got over here. What were you saying?
I don't know who my three DC people would be.
Oh, okay. No, we're making it.
I mean, I will just say my favorite DC
Mighty Man
movie.
is one of the heroes in Ultra Comps.
Oh my god. Let's just
He has a
move on
giant
from this
M
one.
on his chest. All right, from Marvel,
Uh,
pretty easy, pretty intuitive, if you will. Wolverine, Deadpool, and Scarlet Witch.
interesting.
Because you have two dudes who regenerate health
They're from
immediately.
Minnesota.
Damn. So you travel.
It's cold in Minnesota.
Or wait, are you going to a summer game? The summer tour?
Yeah, because they said they have hella games.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's tight.
That's pretty dope.
Good for
That's
you, brother.
actually
Is
good.
that an
We should
expensive
be
game
looking.
to
We
go
should be
to?
looking up. Yeah, how much for tickets? Because we should.
US
I've already
Bank
looked them up,
Stadium
but
and,
we'll talk about it later.
Before, okay. Yeah, it's fine.
U.S. Bank Stadium. For the Vikings. But yeah. Anyways, all right. So, what did you want to say about T.O. Terrell Owens? And then
I don't know
we'll.
what you're talking about.
So Terrell Owens got accepted into the Hall of Fame recently, and he came out right away and said, "I'm not going to do my speech in Canton, which is where the Hall of Fame is held."
Right. Because he was second ballot.
He said, "I'm going to go and I'm going to do mine at my alma mater or whatever the fuck you call it."
Yeah,
Alma.
that's right.
Alma mater.
In Tennessee, and that's where he's going to do his speech. And so a lot of people are like, so here's the thing, right? I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like, bro, no one's ever done that before, and your TO, it's clearly a grab for attention. We've seen your reality shows where you're a joke, you're a fucking mess, and you want attention. So the fact that you've done this, that's why everyone is talking about it. Because if it was somebody who didn't do this type of shit, and they said, yo, I want to do this in my alma mater or whatever the fuck at school, people might actually appreciate it. But you have it with T.O., you're like, he's a cocksucker.
All right, we are going to stick on the TO topic because that was a good point that Sean just made, but hurry up and do that. Hurry up and do that.
I don't know what emote I want.
Lethal Migraine. That was Nick. Nick, that is a great team. Moon Knight, Legion, and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange and Legion would fuck shit up.
Oh my god, that's a great
fuck shit.
It's such a dark thing. We're starting to learn a lot about Nick.
Can you imagine dealing with someone in your head psychologically, and then you have Doctor Strange also fucking up your reality?
Well, and then you got Moon Knight.
Like you wouldn't be safe.
Have
in
you
your
seen
head
Moon
or
Knight?
out. No, I have seen Moon Knight.
So then, when you finally the actual he's like the actually most scariest one.
Yeah,
in reality,
he also has the best art.
Right.
I think hands down.
Yeah.
The art around Moon Knight is just fucking ill.
But anyways, what were we talking? You were talking about
like the moon and the
T.O. Your opinion about T.O.
and shit.
Right.
Oh no, T.O. I think T.O. is an extraordinary player. I think he's a great player. I think he's goofy as hell. Did a lot of stupid shit for money, and I think he was business minded when he did a lot of stupid shit, like starting the reality show. I don't dog him for that. He's just trying to make a paycheck.
Yeah.
Because he got subbed by a lot of teams. At the second rate, I think that a lot of people. All right, so. I kind of this is gonna sound weird, but I think of Terrell Owens in the same camp as Tom Cruise. The reason is because I feel like people hyper focus on their personal lives, their drama around their lives, and forget how fucking talented Tom Cruise is. Forget how talented Terrell Owens was. Like when I hear this story,
and I agree with that.
Yeah, when I hear this story, like a lot of people want to talk about the publicity stunt of it, maybe, or to get us we focus on that. But like when I hear that story, it honestly just makes me sad because I'm like. Well, he deserved a first ballot Hall of Fame. He deserved it.
He played that.
He outran every cornerback. He out hustled every free safety. He was not scared of blowing through people. Like he was an amazing player. I think he had almost tied number one for the most touchdowns.
Let's just clear this up. He is a Niner fan, but continue.
Yeah, but dude, he went to so many other teams that it was like half his career was on other.
What
teams.
other teams?
Cowboys. And then he was on the Buffalo Bills for a while.
Right.
And then there was
where did he land?
And then the Eagles.
Yeah.
He was on the Eagles. He was on hella other teams, dude. But that's my point about Terrell Owens. I'm just kind of sad about it because he did deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. First ballot, didn't get it. That's
all right. Well,
did you see what Age just said?
As a Raider,
not calling back Heroes fans, Blank Man, Steel, and Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, you're trolling.
You know what? Nick would kick your ass.
No, that was not Nick. That was Eddie.
No, Nick. I said Nick's team would kick Eddie's ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, because Eddie's a
it's
troll.
Not inaccurate.
Hey Eddie, how much to cost your bridge?
Hey Eddie, how about you be an effective fucking troll?
Anyways,
Wait, what?
as a Raider fan, okay, Tim Brown should have been in the Hall of Fame first ballot. You didn't see him go around fucking bitching about it because he's a goddamn man.
Okay.
I mean, T.O. made his career on being that guy, though.
Yeah,
that's what my point was. That's why it's ridiculous. So that's why it's ridiculous. Like when you get accepted into the Hall of Fame,
just
it's
put
like,
it away.
Yeah, you put that away. You become a man.
Bigger than you, like
yes. And he's like, no, I'm still bigger than you.
Dude.
I'm still the man.
I'm gonna take a piss. You guys want beers?
No, we're gonna take an intermission. Actually,
yeah,
this is our 2-hour mark of the show. We usually take an intermission. We're probably gonna be.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
But yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes. You either join us live if you like us that much, or don't.
God damn it! Join us in 10 minutes, and we'll be talking about a lot of good things. And Reed picked that up, and he's gonna turn on the YouTube channel. Reed, go to YouTube. Pick it up. Go to YouTube. This is getting awkward. Sean, what you got to say?
I just don't know what to do with you two anymore. You know, I just don't know what to do.
He doesn't know what
Experts
to do.
estimate
the talent, and he needs us. And
I don't know what to do with you stools anymore. I just let's go to intermission.
Yeah, let's go to intermission. And,
I don't know what to do.
Reed, make sure you pick it up.
We'll be back. The health of their app.
be coming back in. I'm in right now, and Sean's just taking a piss, but we are back in full blossoming. Let's see. So already tonight we've discussed The Walking Dead. We've discussed James Gunn and PC culture as it exists and how it's really kind of infecting like Hollywood, Ant-Man and the Wasp and its mediocrity. We've talked about what a super Trump villain would look like and how Marvel would possibly explain him and the correlations to that and SpongeBob. We've also discussed the Shazam trailer and how DC is probably going to fuck it up, and what are the comics that we're looking at now?
Hold on, let me get it, go back to the live.
Yeah, let's go back to the live here.
6.
Go to your guys' comments, and
You demand.
all right, let's see
Oh,
here.
wait, I pressed 6, not 5.
Yeah, then you gotta make sure you press
Yeah,
5.
will you, like, take a scooch that way?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got Sean back in the building. He's coming in with a clear penis. He's put out all the pee and he's ready to go. Here is Sean Megas.
Hey, everybody.
Sean Megas.
Welcome to the show again. We're back. The Use Guys.
I forgot to get a beer. God damn it.
And what are the Use Guys about?
We're about comics, sports, movies, and private parts.
And it has come to our attention that the Use Guys come from the Use Twos.
Yeah, the Use Twos used to be a band consisting of Jonathan Bruce, Sean Megas. Two gentlemen, Sean Megas, being a poet, really, speaker of words that rhymed with rhythm.
With rhythm. Now you say rhythm in a very delicate type of, really experiential way. What was your number one hit?
Oh, number one hit was Tan Girls.
What was the Tan Girls about when you made the song?
Well, the hook was, I like them tan girls, them brown girls, them girls that taste so sweet, them tall ones, them small ones, it don't matter. They all look good to me.
Well, that is really quite lovely. Now, what did those lyrics mean to you?
I like eating out brown girls' vaginas.
Yes, and how does that make you feel when you do that?
Aroused?
That is excellent, very excellent. And what type of arousal are
We're going to
discussing?
chat up. And we're moving on. So
I didn't get a new beer.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't. I'll go grab some.
Yeah, be good with you.
All right, what comments do we got? Zoom it in. I didn't like the Office guy, John Krasinski or whatever, but eager to see the Jack Reacher show on Amazon. But you gotta admit that his new movie was probably one of the dopest.
Hold on, wait.
Recently.
Can we talk
Eddie
about
has another
what do you mean by
question.
the merits of John Wick and the Equalizer spinoff? Do you mean which one is better?
Yeah, which one is going to be a better movie? I haven't seen the first sequel.
Well, we already seen the John Wick spinoff, right?
Yeah.
Is great.
Yeah, amazing.
I thought it was fucking badass
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
was literally the first movie extended.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that the second one
Put
is.
the live feed on the comments.
The Equalizer.
The comments on the live feed. So
I
that people
did.
see. Oh, you did?
The
Yeah, but
equal.
they disappeared.
Yeah.
As they come and go.
The Equalizer, I will say, I like, but I don't like as much as John Wick because it's just too corny of a movie. But I am super excited about the Equalizer. Like, it was good. But John Wick, like, basically the good thing about John Wick is that they understood, all right, we're going to use Keanu Reeves. He's going to put a lot of effort into this training for how to become look like a real killer and all this shit. But he's a horrible actor. And they figured out how to get around that. And with the Equalizer, they have an amazing actor. And they're like, let's try to use his acting to make it badass. When it's like, dude, like Man on Fire did a good job of balancing that with him. Like, he did badass things, but then his like acting made it even better. You understand what I mean? Like, whereas the Equalizer, he was badass, but then he was also just doing like this crazy shit.
He wants to watch the Equalizer.
You can't read the white text over the white wall, so put it over the posters.
I'm down to
It
go.
disappears.
I'm down to go with you to watch the Equalizer.
No, what I mean is like you can't really see it that well, so just put it over the posters.
Okay.
Jeez,
It doesn't
right?
look much better.
I mean, the guy is just all over the place.
All over.
I'm talking about you, I know.
I'll put.
But I think John Wick has done a great job, dude. I think
it's
the
hella
third
fun.
one.
It's just hella fun to watch.
Well, it has its own
Because
feel.
It doesn't try to be more than what it is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
When a movie knows what it is and they stick to that and go hard with that, and it's great. It's fucking awesome. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we don't like about these DC movies, right?
I was just about to say that.
It's because DC movies think they know what they want to be and they try hella hard, and it's like you're not that.
It's like, all right, the beginning
You're
of Justice
not.
League is so laughable, where they do all the panoramic views of
Right.
like the black Superman post, like flyers and like everything. It's like it's trying to be so serious.
It looks like if we like all of a sudden got together and we're like, hey, you guys want to make a movie about the fucking Justice League? And that's how good it would come out to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah.
it,
Do you know CGI?
You should do a better
Yeah.
job, man. And that's why Marvel has done a
Training
great
Day,
job.
He's a lousy good guy. He's an awesome bad guy. John Wick is subtle, classic, smooth awesomeness.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with both of those.
Yeah.
General.
Man on
Man on Fire
was
was
dope.
amazing.
Right.
Man on Fire was actually one of my mom's favorite movies.
Yeah.
Because like I don't care who you are, if you're not crying in that last scene when they exchange on the bridge and like he's slowly dying in the car on the way back, like if you're not crying right there or just getting a little bit teary eyed, you ain't human. Like
It's also based more on a true story.
yeah.
Which did you know who? I think Bruce Willis also auditioned for that role.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes.
Thank God.
That would have been a
Denzel
strange
Washington
movie.
got that role.
That would have been just like a lousy sort of mediocre.
No, dude, Denzel Washington was the only actor that can pull off like the emotional.
I need to watch.
complexity of that.
And
I need to rewatch
Christopher
them.
It's
Walken
good
plays
fucking-
such a
Christopher Walken's great
small
in it.
role, but he's great in
great.
it too, man.
That's what I mean. We all wept. We all cried during that movie.
We'll allow it.
Yeah. Grade A, bitch. I did too.
You know
man.
what other movie I was
still
gonna
do.
say?
Whenever I just want a good cry, I've literally done this. I've looked up on YouTube, Man on Fire last scene. I've looked it up just because it's so
Is it that
fucking
powerful?
powerful.
You want a good cry?
No, not just for a good cry.
You
I
watch
just mean,
Green
like,
Mile.
It's just Green
my-
Mile.
oh.
I don't know. I think Man on Fire is better.
That's a weird movie.
Man on Fire is better.
Whoa, dude.
Man on Fire is better.
Whoa.
It is.
Whoa, dude.
Because you're talking about.
in Slevin. No, it's 7.
Oh, did he?
Shit! Damn, that's
It's in the
crazy.
box,
I didn't
man.
know that.
Did you know Will Smith turned down Neo? Of
Denzel
course.
Washington would have been hella good in that.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman in that movie.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
You haven't seen 7?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you gotta see 7.
What year is this?
7 was like
90s?
99.
Oh, okay.
2000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
I don't think I've seen it. What box is he talking?
You gotta see. Oh. You gotta. You haven't. So you don't know anything about 7.
No.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Well, you're gonna have to watch the trailer.
No, don't. Just see 7. But just remember, what's in the box?
Who says that?
Don't worry about
God
it.
damn it!
But someone's gonna ask, what's in the box?
Let's move on, okay?
Yeah, anyways, I wanted to bring up a movie that I always think of when I think of Man on Fire. Directed by the great Mel Gibson.
Oh God.
Starred.
Great director.
Starring the great
I love him.
Mel Gibson.
Great.
He is actually a great director. He's
No,
a
he's an
racist,
amazing
alcoholic, great fucking director.
No, as most artists are.
Yeah.
Like if I swear to God, if we went
Most
down,
artists are horrible
like
people.
like the great
Greats
artists
of all
of our time,
time.
like Alfred Hitchcock, super fucking pervert.
Yeah, or old
And a
artists.
dickhead.
What are you talking about? Even old artists.
That's
We're crazy.
Pedophiles.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm talking about like real old. I'm talking about like your ancestor Van Gogh is a crazy fuck.
Where
All
you
these
need to be
people.
a villain. His power slowly narrates your death as it happens. Holy
Hey,
shit, that would be a trippy
Get
movie.
get the Gringo.
He's a superpower.
Dude, what's that movie with Will
That's
Ferrell
hella
where it's,
funny,
his
though.
life is narrated?
Like it's just the movie's just he slowly just narrates you to death.
Right. Dude.
It's not a bad idea.
That
Holy
would
shit.
be dark.
I
as
have an
fuck.
idea then, since we're not talking about Get the Gringo. I have an idea for you chatterboxes
Lucky
out
Number
there.
11. Have you seen Lucky Number
Great
7?
movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen that one at least.
I have an idea or a topic I'd like y'all to comment on, and I forgot it. So forget it what I was talking about. Okay. What were we talking about?
I don't know. We're just reading chat at this
Talking
point.
about 7, what's in the box.
If they don't talk, we don't have content.
I honestly have no idea, dude.
Dude, come on, Chad. Content.
At this point, we're at
what's on the
content,
list?
so
What's
we're
on the
just
list?
Very dependent on you
What's
guys.
the list?
We're done with that.
No, this list is done. This
Oh,
was
CO?
our list, and it's completed now. Wait, we should.
God damn it! Why didn't we keep the list going?
No,
There. Did you want to zoom?
Yeah, there. That's the zone. You gave it to them.
Sorry, we're watching
yeah.
feedback.
We're watching ourselves.
God damn
movie
it.
that man on
Show's
Fire,
over.
Sean. A movie like Man on Fire, Sean.
What about it? Yeah.
What's a
'cause we were
movie
talking
like? What's a
about-
movie like it?
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
You
and
were
I was
saying you were
thinking
thinking
of
a movie.
Get the Gringo. 'cause
Oh,
I
didn't really. It's all right. It was all right.
I love
You
it.
ever seen Get the Gringo?
I haven't seen
Well,
it.
actually,
Is that-
no. It got interrupted. I didn't finish it.
Oh, that's why I thought of it, is because there's a guy who's typecasted in all these movies, a Spanish or Mexican actor, and he was in Man on Fire too. And in Man on Fire, I think he's the one who got like the shit shoved up his ass. And it's a famous line that Denzel says, "I wish you had more time." But
such a great line.
And,
He's like, I wish. He's like, I wish you had more time.
And then
Get
the Gringo, he
Such
gets
good
his
delivery.
like, and Get the Gringo, he gets fucked up too. No, in Man on Fire, he gets his fingers cut off.
Yeah.
And he burns the top of his fingers with the cigarette
you're
lighter
talking
in the
about
car.
the car.
Yeah,
His hands were duct tape, and he was cutting his.
That's
fingers
in
off.
Man on Fire.
Have you not seen Man on Fire?
I don't remember.
It's old, dude. Yeah.
It's been a while.
You should
It's
watch
been
it
a while.
again. That's a
Yeah.
really good fucking movie.
I know I've
That's a
seen
hell of a
it.
good movie.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like he just duct tapes his hands, just cutting them off and then burning it so that way he doesn't bleed out.
Why did he cut his hands off?
He's cutting his fingers off one at a time because he's trying to get answers out of him.
Oh.
About which cartel or which family has
Right.
Dakota Fanning. But he didn't know Dakota Fanning was alive at that point. He was just trying to get revenge. But yeah, that's why he was just torturing for
That's
answers.
brutal as fuck.
Such a good fucking movie though.
Make Freeman a villain in a James Bond movie or a Kingsman movie. That'd be interesting.
Make Freeman.
I don't know.
I'm not that big. I like Morgan Freeman, but it's like, enough is enough.
No, I'm honestly getting like, when I realized that was the movie Wanted, where I was just like, I don't really think he's really acting.
No, they're
anymore.
just using him. Yeah,
I mean,
just
like,
talking.
Have you seen him in an interview when he goes on like late night shows? Like he doesn't want anything to do with it.
I feel like the 90s and the early 2000s, he was trying. And he proved his point, and he made his point. One of the greatest actors, right?
You got it.
And now since then, I feel like he's just like, I'm retired, but you guys can keep hiring me. That's honestly like, and I don't shame that. You know what I mean? But like, I am tired of watching
almost
it.
like
But
Robert
at the
De
same
Niro.
time, like, I still do like Morgan Freeman,
Right.
But I feel like his mentality is like, I am basically retired, but I will still get the paychecks. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the vibe I get from him, which I'm fine with. But at the same time, don't put him in good movies.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I read a cool article on Rotten Tomatoes like a month or two ago, and it had a same argument against Robert De Niro because it showed like in the 70s, here's his percentage of movies. It's like Casino, but like Raging Bull,
And he
like
was
all these other
acting
movies.
hella harder.
These
back
are like
then.
96%, 92%, 90%, and then you go to like Bad Grandpa. It's like.
He's like, he gave
5%,
up.
and then like all the recent movies are down. Like Meet the Fockers was sort of in the middle, or Meet the Parents was like in the middle, and then it just
Because
kept
he's an
going down.
artist. Like people,
He is.
He
people
just
need-
fucking
like
getting
he's
money.
a true like actor. You know what I mean? Like him and Al Pacino are these.
I was about to say the same
are
thing with
these
Al Pacino
two
though
people
too.
who play like these badasses and kind of got stuck in these roles because of Hollywood. But these are two people who, like, if it was up to them, would be doing like super dramatic, interesting roles. But it's just hard for them to get.
Well, there's
Al
that new movie coming
Pacino
out.
in Godfather.
Yeah, there is another
The
side.
Irishman?
Al
Yeah.
Pacino in
With
Godfather
Joe
1 and
Pesci in
Godfather
it,
2.
yeah.
That's some of the best acting.
And
Godfather
what?
1 and Godfather 2, Al Pacino in those.
Oh.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Oh, well, I think Robert De Niro's performance in Godfather 1 is never talked about enough. As the young...
Godfather 2. That's Godfather 2.
Oh, okay, the God is that where he plays the young Godfather?
Yeah. That's
Dude,
Godfather
I
2.
think him as the young Godfather was a fucking great performance.
No, it was an amazing performance.
I mean, it really was a great.
It was an amazing performance, and the best, and probably one of the best jobs ever done on a role. Like if you imagine getting a script, right? This is what you got to say. I don't really know about those people. Marlon Brando takes it. I don't really know about those people. You know, he has like the jaw thing where he sticks his jaw out, he puffs his cheeks out. Like that is one of the best acting performances of all time of any role. You don't even think it's
Robert De
Marlon
Niro's in that
Brando.
movie too.
Oh no, well we're knowing these.
Robert De Niro is old Marlon Brando.
There ain't even no point to even talk about how good Marlon Brando is. But I do want to talk about our boy Warren and saying a thing about Zac Efron. I completely agree with you, by the way. I fucking hated Zac Efron though in High School Musical, but now when when I see Zac Efron in a movie, I'm like, damn, dude.
They can put him in those roles now. He's old enough.
Well, no, I think he's just funny, bro.
He
is funny,
and he's good. Like I want to watch a movie. He's got a really good six pack, dude.
Like,
and
Disaster Artist, that part, like fucking hilarious.
He's hella funny in the first movie I saw. He was super young still, but it was 17 Again.
Oh yeah.
And
what's her
with
Jennifer
Bates
Garner
and Jason Bates or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Bateman, whatever the fuck his
Jason
name
Bateman,
is. Yeah, dude. When I saw that movie, I was like, damn, this dude is funny, man. He's fucking funny. Like he could be a funny actor, and he's proven it.
He definitely
He's one of those
is.
dudes
He
who's super
definitely
pretty, but he's also good at acting.
He is, and it's like, and you know they're good at acting because like no one really wants that much of a pretty boy to be good. Like I'm not gonna lie, like when I go into a movie and I know like Zac Efron's in there, I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna hate him.
Well, I used to be like that. Yeah.
Well, no, but like I still kind of am like that. But like every time I see him, I'm like, no, he's good.
I got over that because I grew up a super hardcore WWF fan. My favorite wrestler of all time is The Rock. So we're talking about bodies.
Yes, I have played the NES Classic.
Are you talking about the new one where you could buy the like just the console and it comes with all the games?
Who would play the Used Guys if the Used Guys was a movie?
All right, the person who would play me would be Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, interesting choice. Matthew McConaughey over here, because it's basically the same. We look the same.
And then Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. That's because they're about the same.
He's just the guy who's here.
And by the river.
Mikey wasn't Matthew Perry.
It was Matthew Perry. Thank you, Mikey Meigs.
Fuck Matthew Perry.
Fucking Mikey Meigs has been silently watching us this whole time with his hand on his D.
Dude, he's lurking.
Fucking lurking. Who knows what he's doing over there in private.
Hey, with the door unlocked too.
Dude, this is this is.
Wait, no, it was Matthew. No, wait.
Man.
Was it Matthew Perry?
I don't think it was Matthew Perry. I think he's.
I think Matthew Perry would be a good Sean.
I think I'm gonna fucking look it up. Hey, Mikey Meigs, who do you think would be a good Shawn Makers in a movie? Here, cocksucker, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we'll
go ahead and give us
a list
your
going.
opinion.
We'll start with Matthew Perry and move from there.
Edge of your seat. Yes, exactly. Mikey, are you on the edge of your seat? What you doing?
Ignore that, Mikey Meigs, and answer what I asked, please. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and
Matthew
search.
Perry.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and search 17 again while we're over here.
Why are we so attached to 17 again?
I don't even fucking know, dude. Because
Yeah,
it was Matthew Perry. God damn it, Mikey Meigs was right. You were right.
Why do we care about that?
I cared because Mikey Meigs said that Matthew Perry and I was stuck on it. But we were talking about our boy. And then I was bringing up The Rock. I used to think about that about The Rock. Like, oh man, I want to watch.
The Rock was the same.
But The Rock is. I've grown up a fucking hardcore Rock fan when he was a wrestler.
Skyline
I was
is
not
0% right
finished talking.
Oh right.
I was finishing you talking. Skyliner is that Skyline, whatever it's called.
Yeah, there's
0%.
No, and it will still make millions of dollars.
I know it will.
He's the highest growing paid actor in Hollywood. There's a reason why all these movies are being made.
Do you watch it like on Instagram on his Instagram stories?
Oh yeah, he's the most positive guy in the world.
This is what he does. This is what he does.
He'll
be recording himself driving and be like, and fans will pass him by and be like, "Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm so appreciative."
No, he'll be like, he'll get out of his car like, you know what? I'm just sitting there getting a blowjob by the supermarket. Oh, what? Oh, this fan wants. I gotta hold on, bitch. Get your head off of my dick. Let me go take a picture. Hey, look, I'm stopping traffic.
Hey, get your dick sucked. No, sorry.
Wait,
that's what it is. That's how like just pot. You can't hate Dwayne Johnson. He's so nice and always smiling and thanking everyone.
Shia LaBeouf and Shawn Makers.
Yes! I see that. Shia LaBeouf and Shawn Makers. Except Shia LaBeouf's not that funny.
No, but thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I'll tell you what. One thing I would say about making this movie happen with Shia LaBeouf playing me is do it. Just do it.
Yeah, no,
we need to get a green screen and then have the do it moments.
Yeah,
And then
no, I was actually thinking about we should get
transition,
it. We
and
should.
then it'll just be like crazy background.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
I
do.
fucking love Shia
It'll
LaBeouf.
circle through the memes.
Yeah.
To go on another topic of actors, Shia LaBeouf, awesome.
Shia LaBeouf is amazing, but Shia LaBeouf hasn't got shit.
Shia
about.
LaBeouf should play the Riddler.
Like the last thing I know he did was
You think? Who would be a good Riddler?
Shia LaBeouf as the
I don't know.
Riddler?
I don't
Actually,
know.
yeah, let's talk about that. Actually, Warren P. Skeptic said the Riddler. Wait, was it?
Thank you,
Yes.
Warren. I appreciate that.
No, but Warren.
Hey, Eddie, go fuck yourself if you don't agree.
Wait, what?
Warren
why
said that one of the most justified
Keep
villains
up,
he
Eddie.
thinks is the Riddler. So who do you think
would play the Riddler in the movie? Who would play the
That would-
Riddler in a modern movie? Who would you want to see?
Like a modern sort of.
modern?
Besides,
rendition.
all right, let me just say the guy in what's that fucking show?
What show?
That's about Batman.
Oh, Arkham.
Arkham.
Oh, Arkham.
Is it Arkham?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Arkham.
No, Gotham.
No, Gotham. Yeah, not Arkham.
God damn.
That's the
Obviously.
asylum.
But the Riddler in that show, I watched like the first season and a half. But he was that show. Yeah, the guy in Gotham should play the Riddler. He does do a good job.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Jim Carrey was cool,
dude,
but
dude.
that
What
was
about,
too 90s. So we're talking modern day.
James McElroy.
Yes, that was perfect.
Yeah, or
I still
honestly,
want it to fall because it's on that side.
I mean, I still think Shia LaBeouf would be a good one.
I don't know. James McElroy, I think, will be.
James McAvoy.
Like,
James
like,
McAvoy
like,
would be
like
amazing at it.
Heath
Nicolas
Ledger
Cage.
sort of rendition, like
John Travolta is the Batman. Fuck you troll. I hate you.
All right. Honestly, this would be one of the greatest roles ever played. What would you say? He would have to come out of retirement, but it would be an old age Riddler. But it would be amazing. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Oh,
well, Daniel
fuck.
Day-Lewis as any villain would
Yeah,
be
dude.
great. Because
B.D.
imagine
Wong should've
how
played Dr. Strange in
psycho
the movie.
Daniel Day-Lewis would
Daniel
go.
Day-Lewis would be
Gotham
just
is
fucking
good.
He's a
amazing.
method actor.
He's a
super
method.
hardcore.
So you'd have
Agreed.
Daniel Day-Lewis going into Starbucks acting like the Riddler because when he was playing Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah, I know.
there's pictures of him in coffee
Right.
shops where he's dressed as Lincoln, and just doing this. Totally irrelevant to any side. So imagine Daniel Day-Lewis method acting the Riddler.
Oh, he said Kevin Bacon. Literally anything. Man, he's chatting on both. He's on both.
But yeah,
Nice.
I think Daniel Day-Lewis would fucking kill a villain.
Yeah, but he would, like
that.
we said, I mean, he'd kill anybody. He would be.
But I think Joaquin Phoenix is honestly going to be super dope
For the
as
Joker.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Oh,
for that
me too.
rendition. That rendition is going to be amazing.
But it's just Todd Phillips is making it. So other than that, we're excited about that movie.
Rap music, Skrillex,
And again,
mixed with
I like
with
Todd
2
Phillips.
Chainz.
Todd Phillips. I like Todd Phillips.
You like Tad Phillips?
Ted. You like Ted?
You like
Ted?
I like.
Alright. I feel like we should zoom in on Sean and he'll give a personal message to Todd Phillips.
Personal message of Todd Phillips, marker. Oh wait, I can't see.
Todd,
okay,
I just
marker.
I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Phillips, Todd. If you're gonna make this Joker movie, try to leave Kanye West songs out of it, okay? You know, I don't think we want to hear Kanye West in a Joker movie. And
Sean, but what do you really feel about Todd Phillips?
I don't like your hair. It's too curly.
How does it make you feel?
Pissed off.
Yeah. What do you want to do to Todd Phillips?
I wanna, when I think of Todd Phillips, it's make me mad as an 18-year-old boy tickling my balls. It's like, what are you doing tickling my balls? You're way too old for this.
So
Yeah,
you'd like
fair
it
enough.
younger.
Okay? Get the camera off my face. Okay?
That was good. That was really good. Now I can move this back.
I liked it. Hopefully Todd Phillips will get that and
Oh, yo, Taylor Evans Comedy is on Instagram live.
Taylor Evans Comedy. Get him the fuck off.
Dude,
Get the fuck out of here,
Get out of
dude.
here, Taylor.
I thought we blocked you.
Is there a way we could block on here?
Probably not right there. Just definitely don't fucking wave at him.
Whatever.
Why did even put Instagram live up here?
So we covered What are we gonna cover next? We need another
We
comment.
need B.D. Wong should have played Doctor Strange in the movie. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know who B.D. Wong is.
I don't know honestly who B.D. Wong is. That the other dude?
I think that's the other dude.
That's the henchman.
I think that's the other dude.
Then no.
No.
Obviously
no.
Lethal Migraine.
You're crazy, bro.
Is he the other dude?
That I think that is because his last name is Wong. But
I mean, that would make sense, but
it doesn't make sense.
No.
What's his name is a great actor, Bender Cumberbatch or whatever the fuck his name is. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict.
Benedict is a great actor. And he looked hella like Doctor Strange.
B.D. Wong played the Shrek.
I don't watch Law and Order because I'm not 83 years old. But let me look up.
How the fuck are you, noobs? Who is this? I don't know. I think I just read that with a really weird cadence. I don't think that's what's supposed to be.
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you,
noobs? Who are you,
You
bro?
should put a
what are you
period,
even talking
or not
about?
a period,
What are you doing?
Comma.
Why don't you put your
After
fucking
you.
face and your address on it, bro?
Yeah, bro. With your address.
Can I make?
By the way,
go
sorry,
the
we're
other
commenting
way?
on people on Instagram Live.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and wave at everyone though. Fuck them. It's not a good wave. It's like a fuck you.
Okay, he's talking about B.D. Wong from Mr. Robot, who plays the.
Can I see a picture of him?
He plays White Rose, which he does a great job in White Rose. But get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, honestly.
And he's
no,
also
I'm
from
down with
Jurassic
it.
Park.
I'm down with
But
it.
get
I'm
out
down
of here,
with it.
dude.
I'm down
B.D.
with it.
Wong is
Yeah.
not.
Oh, that dude, he can't play fucking
Okay, hey,
Doctor
never mind.
Strange.
What are you,
Go
half
back to
retarded?
that.
What are you,
Not gonna
fucking
talk
half
about
retarded or something?
I'm not gonna respond to Instagram chat anymore.
Nah, but
unless
he's-
it's talking shit on
That
television.
was Twitch chat.
Do you watch Mr. Robot?
No, I don't watch Mr.
It's a
Robot.
great show, and you're an idiot.
What's Mr. Robot about?
You're a dumb
hacker.
I'm not even gonna answer that.
Wait,
Can I talk about a movie that we
He's
haven't talked
a
about?
security
that's
analyst.
coming out.
Yeah,
And
what's
he,
the movie?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, the Queen movie.
The Queen movie.
I think it's gonna be
with
good.
the guy from Mr. Robot, Mikey Meigs.
Hey, why does
Excited about it.
Sean hate Taylor?
I don't hate Taylor. He's all right. It's just like I have to look at him and hear him because he's a friend. And when you have to look and hear him a lot of times, maybe you would hate him too. Next.
Is that an emo?
Why don't you?
I don't like it. I don't like Instagram chat.
Oh, Jackie Chan as the Riddler. Good suggestion. Good suggestion.
Especially
I feel
because
like-
of all the words he would have to say, and he speaks perfect English, so he
There you
probably
go.
would be a great version of the
Yeah.
Riddler. You're right.
No, I feel like he would be a good because the Riddler really specializes in
Speaking.
jiu-jitsu.
Wait,
and,
what?
And
Yeah, I don't think that would be good.
Did you see the fucking what was that
no,
movie?
the Jackie Chan would be an excellent Riddler.
Okay.
I wish I
anyways.
liked Mr. Robot, but I can't stand Christian Slater.
Oh, you know, I didn't like him either, but I like him in this show. But I agree with you. I can't stand fucking Christian Slater either.
There's something kind of slimy about him.
Well,
He's always just kind of
first of all,
slimy,
his
you know what I
name
mean?
is Christian Slater.
Slater.
Just
Yeah.
like-
I like the younger.
gotta brush
Christian
my
Slater.
teeth after
like,
I say it.
Like Heather's. Like Heather's. That
Like-
was a good Christian Slater.
Like old?
No, I'm saying when he was younger. He was
Oh,
good.
that's what I mean. That's
I
what I
think
mean.
like the older he's gotten, the more slimy he's got. Don't give you that fucking face.
But
when
he
you're
was
looking
always
at
a
me,
slimy
acting like
fucking
you're not talking about me through
greasy
your eyes.
kid. He was always like that, though. Is Taylor talking more shit? No, he's not. Are they talking shit? No. What's the point
The
here?
guy, what do you got? You ain't even talking shit about us.
We got 7 viewers and they ain't talking shit.
Alright.
Fuck, I didn't.
Alright,
Yes, he
I
did.
was following you guys.
Alright, new topic. Best acted hero.
Best acted?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what that means.
Best acted role for a hero.
Why is this
Active.
like this now? God damn it.
What?
What are you saying?
Who did the best job?
Oh,
acting
I see.
as a
I
hero?
see. Okay, I gotta turn
Beetlejuice.
it off. There we go.
Serious opinion.
That's
Right.
silly. That's cool though.
Read. Best acted hero.
Best acted hero.
Yep.
Can I have a drink first?
Yeah, you
Fuck.
were babysitting that shit for how long? You guys have any opinions on the matter?
No.
In
Really
terms
don't?
of movies,
Just
Oh,
who did the best
well,
acting
all right, I'll tell you.
for a hero?
I could tell you.
Who?
Okay.
who played the best hero? I mean,
Yeah.
I really love
I love Christian
Christian Bale.
Slater or Christian Bale, and
He's still
as Batman, which is what I, which
stuck
is
on- yeah, the
which is-
Batman trilogy.
yeah,
Christian Bale.
I brought up with
that's
The Dark
yeah.
Knight.
no,
Then
come
everyone
on.
does Daredevil. LOL. Yeah, that's a good one.
But I brought this up earlier when Warren brought up on our behind the scenes live before the show on Instagram.
Michael
Chikis is that
as Nightwing.
Batman is the
I
worst?
don't know what that is.
Taylor's talking about
Oh,
something
fuck
on
it.
Instagram.
Fuck you, Taylor.
Come to Twitch,
Fuck you.
Taylor.
Don't, hold on,
Don't
time out.
try
Don't
to talk to us,
interrupt.
Taylor.
Don't ever interrupt our show for something Taylor has
Yeah.
to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Taylor,
Okay.
we're not interrupting our show for you. Everyone else, you're welcome.
Everyone else, go ahead.
Okay, continue.
What I was telling Warren when we did
Bale
the live
was the
thing.
worst Batman ever. I hated him. What
Hennessy, get it today.
I
Don't do
could have
that.
zoomed in.
We'll give it.
Don't do it.
We'll see. If we
I want to.
can-
Whoa. Okay. I'll split this so that I can see both. Where's that?
Anyways,
Is it the chat
all right.
box?
So what's your So who is it?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. You think Christian Bale really?
Well, just because that's my favorite Batman, like favorite hero, like that they made. And even though I hate
I
Batman,
feel like it's just a bad actor. His
I liked
boy Damon has all the talent.
okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Christian Bale, I feel like, yeah,
Rogan,
but I think Robert
Ryan
Downey
Reynolds,
Jr.
Green Lantern. That fucking sucked. Yeah, it did.
I think that
The Green Lantern did suck.
Oh, of course it did. That's why Deadpool shoots him at. Have you seen Deadpool 2?
No.
He
He
does.
shoots Green Lantern?
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Shoots
Can
him.
you just see fucking movies, man?
Shoots himself.
Instead of watching The Office
He
over
goes
and
back-
over
he goes-
again.
He goes back. in
This
time.
guy has seen The Office 6 times now. All the
Do
seasons.
you want to
6
talk
times.
about that?
And he hasn't seen Deadpool fucking 2. Can we just talk about this?
I just never got around to seeing it. I was busy.
What were you busy doing? Because we've been doing the same exact thing. Actually, literally, you did your master's, I did my master's. We went to work for the same job.
I've been
I went to
masturbating.
work the same job. He was masturbating and working at UPS. What's
FedEx.
FedEx.
Around this movie would be great, but it would be retarded if they made another one.
So what's your fucking excuse? What were you busy doing?
Just watching The Office.
That was not worth the zoom in. We need to talk about our zoom ins.
I didn't like the Val Kilmer Batman, man. I
Val
mean, I
Kilmer.
did when I was a kid. I liked all the Batmans, but like when you rewatch them now, I'm like, what?
They're trippy. They're pretty trippy, that's for sure.
Killing Joke is amazing. You guys gotta watch both. of you
Okay,
guys
that's a
gotta watch
different
The
it.
animated thing?
Well, it's anime. I'm getting a little
I've
off
watched
topic,
Killing
but...
Joke.
But
Oh,
hey,
you watched Killing Joke?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't have to go to the theater to watch it.
5 minutes, fellas.
Such a homebody.
We're hitting the
minutes?
5 minute, last 5 minute stretch of our show.
Are we gonna do 10 minutes?
5 minute, last 5 minute stretch of our show.
Yeah, okay, do we have any last requests for the last 5 minutes? I mean, we'll just throw in. Instagram Live could just be on.
Oh no, I mean anyone in Instagram Live, you got something to
Yeah,
say?
request.
You got something
Fucking
to
say it.
You got something to fucking
Yeah,
say
Taylor,
to
if you have
us.
something intelligent to bring to
You
the
s-
conversation,
Taylor,
just go ahead and
if
bring
you,
it.
if you got something that's fucking witty, then go ahead and say it, bro.
We're here.
We're here. Not sure if it was just because I was a child in the 90s and there was a lot of
we already talked
rape.
about that.
Oh, we did. That
Yeah,
is
Val Kilmer.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer.
Well, you could talk about it some more.
I'll be your
His
Huckleberry.
best role
was
Yeah.
Doc Holliday and Tombstone.
Jim Morrison and the Doors.
You're dumb as fuck. You are dumb as fuck. That is obviously his
We're
second
really,
best role.
we're really. throwing
Or
it
the,
around.
whoever he plays in the Salton Sea.
That's not even a consider. No one was even talking about that, but you're dumbass.
I guess it
You
was good. It
never
was
gonna
worth
see-
a
you're,
mention.
you're banned from Zoom-ins for 2 episodes.
Wesley
now.
Snipes' as Blade was the most.
Oh, I know Taylor agrees with that because Taylor is a
Taylor, don't even say anything about
Taylor,
it.
don't. I said your opinion.
Well,
Don't need to say
only
shit.
Blade 1 and 2 though. Only Blade 1 and 2 though, not the Trinity or whatever the
You like
other
Blade?
was.
You like Blade?
I
Of
like
course
Blade.
I like
Yeah,
Blade.
I like
Do
Blade.
I like
Blade was
Blade?
badass. I
Can
watched
get
Blade.
the Hennessy?
Do I like water?
Michael Keaton is the best movie Batman. Adam West was clearly the best live action Batman.
Whoa.
Go fuck yourself.
He's really a traditionalist. This one.
He is a very traditionalist.
Agreed.
I feel like, I mean, no offense, Lethal Migraine, but I feel like you're the type of guy that all the originals were the best.
I feel like you're the type of guy that only masturbates with the door locked.
I feel like you're the type of guy that's like a 10 out of 10 hella good looking. Huh?
He's that guy.
I feel like you're the type of guy that's about to send me a picture.
I feel like you're the type of guy who's willing to send me a dick pic.
Hey, I feel like you're the type of guy that will send me the dick pic instead of this guy the dick pic.
You can get the number from Warren. Warren, go ahead and share that number with
You
whoever
are
you want.
so slacking on these humans, man. You're doing them after the thing happens.
I'm trying to predict, dude. Okay.
I thought Smallville was a good show.
Hey, you put on Smallville? It was in Kansas, wasn't it?
Of course.
Probably was. Yeah.
I don't agree
I
with
never
how
saw
it's
Smallville.
represented.
I never saw it.
This man is from Kansas. He never met the guy, so he thinks it's a fake story.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
He didn't come from Kansas.
Anyways, so we about
That's
two
all
more
we're gonna
minutes
say
left.
about
2 more
that.
minutes left, and then the used guys. It's Benny.
We'll be gone until next week.
We'll try to make more content in between the shows, but we usually just argue about making the content until we make the show.
For
on
instance,
Sunday.
this episode we had no content. We just
It was filmed in
engaged and had a
Canada.
lot of ambition.
Right. So we're pretty much
Was
just
it
gonna.
filmed in Kansas? Some bullshit.
Yeah, we're pretty much. Yeah, that makes.
Makes a lot more sense
Fuck
than Kansas.
that show. I won't watch it.
Kansas sucks dick if you didn't know.
It's a lot less cool than British Columbia, probably.
British Columbia probably has a
Probably
lot
a lot
better
prettier
things
there.
A lot
and
better weed.
better women.
That too.
And
Our weed came from like Mexico.
I don't
or
like
Colorado,
Superman. I don't like
or
Spider-Man.
Michigan.
They have powers. I can't buy into it. I like Batman because he's just a regular guy with cool toys.
And on
a
that-
more believable character that's susceptible to
He's
great
just a
depressions
rich
and recessions.
asshole.
If he loses anything in stocks, he will lose all his powers.
Yeah, you also need to remember that we're talking about comics here, brother.
Actually, this was a great. This is actually a great point made by the writers of Infinity War. I can't remember their names right now, but not the Russo brothers, but the writers.
Better than
They
mine.
said that the reason that
True.
Fox always fails in executing superhero movies is because, like, all right, so take Fantastic Four, right?
Sure.
By Sony, right?
Yeah.
They want to make Doctor Doom believable. So instead of being like this king on a throne with a crown and everything, they make him this dude who gets like this power, and the reason he's a villain is because he has romantic interest in Jessica Alba and blah blah blah. And their point is if you have to make a movie about a ridiculous guy in a cape, just start with the guy being in a cape, and don't try to justify it. Just let the audience like
That's
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
theater and be like that, right?
That's what I mean.
And so like I understand what you're saying about Batman, like, you know, like being more believable, but at the same time, I don't necessarily go to the theater to watch superhero movies for believableness.
Unless you're, but that's
Like,
what
that's not what I go there for.
But going back, wrapping it all up in conclusion, that's what we were talking about that I liked about Split and Unbreakable in this
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Is
Yeah.
that those are believable? Like they're trying to like act like it's something within like your psyche that can, you know, affect your muscles or whatnot. But anyways, that's been our show.
That's been our show
for the 22nd
On the
of July
22nd of
2018.
Of 2018.
This is like show number what? 4 or 5?
This is
6.
show number 5.
This is the Used Guys. Jonathan
Used Guys.
Bruce,
Jonathan
Reed
Bruce.
Ramses. I'm Sean Megers. Thank you for joining in. Join us next Sunday, the 29th, 8 p.m. Holla.
All right, go ahead and end the live video. We're going to talk to Instagram.
Hey, if you want to catch the post show though, you can head over to Instagram. We'll be on Instagram live.
For about 30 seconds. You got to catch it quick.
Hurry up now.
Hurry up. You're embarrassing us. End it right now. You're really embarrassing us.
Bye.